Is this heaven?
No, it's a podcast. Welcome to the Field of Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 78 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Joey.
How's it going?
Fine. Good.
All right.
Very tired.
All right. Very tired.
Very tired.
Crime fighting.
Huh?
Crime fighting.
Crime fighting. I found a centipede on my wall last night around midnight. And I was getting tired. And then I was very awake by the time I found that.
So then, is that your new inspiration for a superhero, like the bat flies into the
centipede.
window, but now you found a centipede?
I'm a human centipede!
Right.
Wait.
Oh.
Can you imagine just like a tall, I have like stilts. I'm just crawling through like, I'm like Spider-Man, except worse.
Someone accidentally bumps into you, fall over. It's done.
Just, oh shit! Oh!
Yeah, the dream is dead. So.
Just get a halogen bat signal and just shining on them. You'll have all these like burnt bat signals all over your house. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be the worst superhero though, because they just crawl everywhere. I'd have to walk. I couldn't.
And they crawl fast,
I couldn't have
too.
a centipede. I can have a centipede car. I can have.
It just
That would just be like a big ass limo.
Well, we got quite a bit to talk about today. We got Justice League, Superman, Man of Steel 2, Nightwing, Hellboy, Terminator 6, Gotham, and Star Trek Discovery. So we'll be talking about all that stuff. Let's get started. Justice League. It's been reported Whedon has cut out Lex Luthor, and he's trimmed up Darkseid's role in the film. On the positive side, the early screenings are positive. So, what do you guys think about that news?
I don't know.
Like I said, grain of salt. I mean, it's
it's really kind of ruining my hype for Justice League. Like, I'm still really hyped, but it's just like, as soon as I heard that there were private screenings, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. It's going to be people coming in saying they saw it, coming in saying, you know, this, and that, this is what happened. When, I mean, they're like supposed to be sworn to secrecy when they see it. It's, you know, it's, I never heard anything about Darkseid being cut, only because like he's not supposed to be in it that much.
Right.
Because it's like a prelude to pretty much their Infinity Wars, like movie with Darkseid. So that's confusing. Maybe they meant Steppenwolf or something. And then I also heard something about Iris West being cut out, which she's not supposed to be in it that much either. So it's just like, I'm not believing any of this. Like, until I see the movie, then I'll be like, okay, cool. But it's all over the Reddits I look at, like the DC cinematic, and it's kind of just annoying, you know, because people are really trying to get their names out there or mess with people and just saying like, oh, I saw the movie, go ahead and give me attention.
I saw it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Who dies?
Everybody.
Oh, sounds true.
Everybody except Alfred. Alfred is the new
The
Batman.
Alfred League.
I gave it away.
He goes to different multiverses and finds different versions of Alfred.
Well, since Ben Affleck's not going to be Batman anymore,
Oh yeah.
Right.
it's about time for that
People,
one to come back.
that's become like a big joke now. Like someone's like, Iris West cut from Justice League. Ben Affleck out as Batman?
Exactly. Which we talked about a million times on this show.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's like every week, seems like.
I'll miss Eisenberg's interpretation of Luthor.
Something tells me that, like, if he's using future movies, you'll probably like him.
I hope so.
Because he's supposed to be very stern. Like, I've seen some shit.
If he turns into, you know, what's more of a faithful interpretation of Luthor, then have at it. You know, I don't doubt him as an actor. I just doubted him and how they interpreted that role at the time.
Prison changes a man.
I guess that's how he was like in like the original Superman comics. Like they showed like, you know, he had like the fiery red hair and he was kind of just like before he was, I don't know if it was retconned. I don't want to say that, but he was kind of like a more or less nerd. I think. I don't know if that's 100%. Like I remember watching like a history of Lex Luthor and like, you know, why this one works. And they're like, it's not 100%. It's not like, you know, it's the perfect Lex Luthor. Like, no, that's like, we want to see the, you know, the billionaire, like, I'm not going to take any of your shit, Lex Luthor.
Right. Well, and they brought back the red hair guy back in the 90s, early 90s for a brief time.
He grew it back.
Yeah, I guess. I can't remember what happened for that. And he was actually not a bad guy at that time.
Really?
So it was a very interesting...
Did it work, or did it...
For the time, I felt like it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know if that material would feel dated if I read it today, but I remember at the time thinking, hey, that's pretty cool.
Well, you know what always got me at the end of Batman v Superman? Why did they shave his head? You know, I get, like, if he was wearing a wig, but, you know, when he went to prison, they shaved his head. Like, I wonder why they did that. Were they going to execute him? I know Steve's probably getting his hopes up. Walking him to the chair. Well, you know, I just don't understand. Like, other than the fact, like, it's Lex Luthor now. You know,
I think that was the only reason they shaved it.
But it's like, what? I didn't catch that at the time. But
I think it was just to equate it with, you know, the iconic vision of Lex Luthor.
Well, they were like trying to declare him insane, so maybe they didn't want him to like.
Oh, so maybe shock treatments were in his future?
Well, that, but also, like, they didn't want him to rip his hair out.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a lot of hair, too.
But if he still does, like, the torture rack and stuff on people, that'll be...
Steve has a cameo.
That's Lex Luger. Sorry. I was thinking of the wrestler. My bad.
Was that the one who broke his leg?
I don't know.
Or was that Sid the Kid or something? There was a guy who like was going for a new finisher move one night, and he's a big dude. I think it might have been Lex Luger, but it's like just a big guy, and jumps off, puts all of his weight on his left leg. It just collapses underneath it, and he's like, "Oh!" And the ref's like, "Oh shit!
Yeah,
I quit.
This wasn't in the script,
right?"
Why'd you do it? Yeah, you know, if it's true about them cutting out Darkseid and all that, maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's like a less is more idea. Because, you know, if you shoehorn a lot of things in, it kind of maybe takes away from the impact of seeing...
And that's one of my complaints about a lot of comic films is they try to just shove as much as they can in that period.
Spider-Man 3 it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You
know,
and
instead of like teasing what's coming... Like they did in, BVS.
Right.
Well, actually, you didn't see Steppenwolf until the extended cut came out.
Well, a couple days later, they released that
right.
scene on
but,
YouTube.
I mean, in the theater itself, you didn't see that, right?
Yeah.
They never shown that.
Right.
But yeah, that would have been a better
way to go, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Not Zack Snyder. You did great, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, his original vision,
like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
I would sit through that.
Could have made it a two-parter.
I'd sit through it as soon as I got home today from this. I mean, seriously. And that's with, you know, not being able to even walk.
Right. Yeah. I think they could have made it a two-parter or intermission.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were going to do. Originally, it was going to be 2 parts.
And that would have been original for the most part. You know, no other comic book movie's done that before. So
yeah, film them all at once, release them a year apart, and poof.
I think you said poop for a second.
Oh,
well, that too, out of excitement.
Yeah. Right, there you go.
So if they did do that, this just came to my mind. Where do you think would be a good leaving off point, like for in between the movies?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that because I actually have come up with that myself.
Superman, Lois Lane in the bathtub.
Yeah, of course, that's just like what 20 minutes in.
The rest is coming later. That's a suspenseful ending, though.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's just winks at the camera.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think it would have been when at the hearings when that bomb went off.
I was going to say that too.
That's the way I would have ended it.
Is awesome.
That would have been like,
and at the end of the first part, they don't show Superman, so it's just like you see the burning building and then cut to black.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing good that the extended cut did. You know, in the original cut, it looks like he just took off after the fire, but in the extended cut, he like was bringing people out.
Yeah.
Why didn't they keep that in?
Leave
he'd look
that
he looked
in.
emo if he just comes out and he's like, I'm out of here. You know, it's just like, damn it, why didn't they put that in there? But like I said, the extended cut's the best version. But if they would have done a 2-parter, easily that scene, because that was already a good chunk of film when we got up to that point. And it was kind of a good way to end that story because it built up the Scoot McNairy character, and then it ended with that, and then you could take off in the second half.
I mean, as visually crazy as that scene was, that was pretty brilliant. You know, I mean, I enjoyed that surprise of what happened there. I mean, sacrifices the assistant, you know, I mean, just he didn't care at all.
And it's
an
an assistant that's well known in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Mercy.
Maybe she lived somehow.
Well, maybe he like builds a robot version of her in the future or something.
Maybe. Yeah, well, they were able to really tackle fear for me, because I didn't even know a bomb was going to go off. But when she found the granny's peach tea and just her look, and then his seat being emptied, I was like,
something's going to happen.
I'm really terrified.
Yeah.
Actually, I was terrified before she went into the hearings when he confronted her.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that was really good. All that stuff was really good.
Oh, yeah. I remember flinching the first time when the bomb went off. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still kind of, you got to get ready for that scene. Like, oh, my God.
Well, because
It's
you're
like
like,
a casual look. And
because I mean, they hyped up, what's her name? The judge or whatever.
Oh, the congresswoman. Yeah. Holly Hunter. Played her.
Yeah.
They hyped her up and Scoot McNairy. So I was like, wow, I don't think anything can really happen to them. And then like 5 minutes later, they
they're
both
dead,
blew up. I was
you know?
like, oh shit.
I mean, it pretty much, maybe that's what they were going to stop after that, because that really ended their story.
Yeah.
After that, they never really referred to them again, except for the bullet, maybe.
Yeah.
They talked
Well,
about
yeah.
that.
The Bruce Wayne hearing about what happened and the whole deal. Otherwise, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
But nonetheless, I mean, yeah, that would have been a great cutoff, you know, if they would have split it in half.
Well, and another thing, I'm going to keep saying this, but the extended scene shows that Scoot McNairy's character had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
In the original
Yeah, because
version,
you just brought groceries.
Right.
Yeah.
And Lois Lane did some detective work. So did Clark Kent. He went to Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell, people? Damn it.
Yeah, it's just, once again, it's Warner Brothers worried about, you know, too long of a movie not being box office content, you know, doing that well in the box
Thankfully,
office.
they put that version out there,
Yeah.
and not just deleted scenes you have to
But it's like,
watch
hey,
on their
next
own.
time,
right.
just do that.
Yeah.
Do the original cut.
If you got an idea, just write it somewhere and close the book.
Because I'm going to go, you've got at least 3 guaranteed ticket sales from me. My ass is going to be in that seat.
Yeah.
I'll be there either way. I'm hoping for the best,
Yeah.
because it can be done. It's already, I mean, there's so much out there that's been laid out.
Yeah.
It's like, follow the blueprint.
Yeah.
You know, go off of it a little bit and do your own ideas, but
And when you do it right, like you said, you know, I'm there multiple times. I saw Wonder Woman in the theater 5 times.
yeah.
And I just bought the DVD this last week. You know?
I only
Yeah.
saw it twice, but that's because I just didn't have anybody to go with anymore. But I did just order the Steelbook from, I didn't like the Best Buy Steelbook. I don't know if you guys saw it.
You talked about it.
It's
it was,
did I? It's a little like artsy and doesn't it, like out of all the posters they had, they didn't use any of them.
Yeah.
But then I saw this one on eBay, and I'm fingers crossed that it's not like just like in a paper thing or anything.
Yeah.
But I love Steelbooks, so I was hoping for like a good one. But Best Buy kind of
You'll peel it off, and it's the Best Buy one.
yeah. I don't want to slander Best Buy. Just beep out the Best Buy.
Okay,
I'll stop it. I'll stop saying Best Buy.
I put out a video on our Facebook channel of what I got for Wonder Woman. I got the Target exclusive with the hologram cover thing. Really
Is that
cool.
with the tiara?
Yeah, well, she's like, it's like, actually, I think it's the image of her charging the battlefield, and she's got her arm in front of her, blocking bullets.
Well, no, like, did it come with the tiara? I saw some of them came with like tiara.
No, this was like a booklet thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, since I started with Man of Steel, and I kind of just have to collect those type of books every time. But they're really well put together. And
I was looking through the book the other day, and it was
so
really
you got
cool.
the same thing?
Yeah, I got the exact same thing because of what you
cover.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was flipping through it. It was pretty sweet. Really
It
sweet.
really, I've watched it like twice. First time I just put it on just to have on, and I was like, man, this is a good movie. I mean,
Best part, my wife texted me to remind me that it was out and to pick it up that day.
that says something. I mean,
sweet.
our own mom said that was like the best movie she ever saw.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never heard her say that about anything. That's just crazy.
Oh, my mother-in-law felt great about the movie, and you know, she's not the kind that's going to watch any superhero movie in any way, shape, or form. But she loved it. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, what was our first topic?
We were talking about the Justice League. And, and I think we pretty much covered everything there. I mean, you know, like I said, it's a grain of salt. So
yeah, I'm still gonna go see it. If you're listening, don't let people ruin this movie for you. Like, yeah, take everything that you hear from it with a grain of salt. Unless you see like, if you see Jeff Johns, Ben Affleck, Joss Whedon, maybe, I don't know if he's on Twitter or anything. then, take that seriously. But other than that, I'm not going to buy into it. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, well, even if these items are true, I mean, obviously the one about it being epic or whatever, I know that gets thrown around, but I mean, if it's positive reaction to the screenings, that's great.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it serves the story, who cares?
Yeah, let it happen.
Less is more. You can refer to him, and if Darkseid was going to make this big appearance, maybe it's best to save him for the next movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know.
I feel like Steve had something to do with Lex Luthor being cut. He made a call. He's like, if you don't get him out of there right now, cut it.
You're going to suck some justice.
I just forwarded them the 800 podcasts in which I whined about him. And said, I'll keep sending these.
We only have 78.
Well, it felt like 900 probably when I was complaining. So.
Jesse comes in the makeup trailer.
Right.
Oh, hi. Listen, we got to talk.
Hey, Jesse, we're...
This dent on my cane is from his skull.
Oh, no.
Totally kidding.
It's like, hey, you got another movie you want to do right now? Now You See Me 3, whatever. I don't know.
Facebook 2.
Well, because somebody said, like, he shaved his head for nothing. And it's like, do you think he would shave his head just for like if he's only in the movie, let's say like 5 minutes total? I don't think he would shave his head.
I think they go all in for the first movie.
Yeah.
Example is Karen Gilliam, is that her name goes, for Guardians of the Galaxy?
Nebula?
Yes. Second film, she had hair, and they made it work so they could, put it down. And
Oh, she shaved her head?
First one she did.
Oh.
First one she did. Because they probably had no idea. Well, I'm sure they had plans for sequels, but they had probably no idea it would take off like it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big thing. Like when she was at Comic-Con for that movie, she actually had a wig on.
Oh.
And like, I thought you shaved your head or something. And she just tore the wig off and like threw it on the floor. And then someone grabbed it or something. But that was pretty neat. But yeah, all this stuff. I think Whedon's going to do. There's so much on the line, and gosh, this movie's going to be here in like a little over a month.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can't believe it's finally here. So I'm excited, and I just hope it shuts up more critics. I think DC's getting on the right path, and as long as they, we've heard about these other projects, the Joker movies and stuff. Like, I really hope there's one huge plan there, and we shouldn't be worried because if they try to go off course to these standalones, it might get really confusing. But again, Marvel has got the same type of thing happening because, there's one-offs like Deadpool and stuff, which is not really under their control because it's not Marvel Studios, but they're still characters. So
I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really excited to see Ezra Miller. I just watched We Need to Talk About Kevin. He's in that.
Okay.
It's really good. It's him.
Where can people find that? It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay. It's only like an hour 45, I think. But it's like a thriller. He's got Tilda Swinton plays his mom, and like they both have like a bad relationship. It's really dark, but it's still pretty good. But he really shows off his acting chops in that one. So check that out. And the Stanford Prison Experiment. He's really good in that too.
Is that Netflix as well?
I think it's been on there for about a month now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I think he's a great actor. I mean, I saw him in Fantastic Beasts. Not to say that was like a big Oscar-winning piece he did, but I mean, he was like a abused child or something, kind of in that movie. So he pulled it off pretty well. I know a lot of people were talking earlier about, there was talk of the Nightwing movie happening.
Yeah,
people were like, "What are you talking about, Nightwing?" And I don't know if some people don't understand, like in this universe, like Bruce Wayne's an older man. We saw this old Robin suit,
right?
Like, I would take it as a lot of stuff's happened that in the past.
I'd say he's been through about at least 2 Robins. I'm thinking Jason was probably his last one, and then he was like, no more Robins, and I'm gonna kill people.
Yeah, the only way they should do it is flashbacks with Dick Grayson, because honestly, like if you actually try to do a Dick Grayson story and lead up to him being Nightwing, that's going to take years.
Oh yeah,
because I think Bruce adopted him or whatever when he was like 12, maybe
something like
younger
that.
than that. But a lot of people have been talking about the Nightwing thing, and like I had no problems with that. A lot of people are like, we haven't even gotten Dick Grayson yet. I'm like, oh my god, just think. I mean, it's there. They're filling in the gaps, and I think that's fine. I don't need to see everything from the beginning.
Yeah.
But, they got Chris McKay, who directed the Lego Batman movie. He's doing Nightwing. And lately he said that, it's going to be a badass action movie with heart and emotion. He's not going to use a lot of CG. It's going to be as real as possible. It's going to be Dick Grayson's story. His fighting style, he's going to have a lot of acrobatic fighting in the style, which that would be
makes total sense.
Amazing. Yeah.
Hopefully they get good stuntmen for that.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to use like
the mask helps.
Yeah.
And Nightwing's kind of DC's version of Daredevil, so it should be more gritty and things like that. And
he's got the sticks.
Yeah, it's got so I'm excited.
As long as they make it similar to I like the wing on the front.
Yeah,
I'm sure they will. But
I hope they make it in Injustice. He's got like the two electro whatever sticks they're called, and then he just mashes them and they become the staff.
Yeah,
like that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Who you imagine could play Nightwing if anyone comes
me
right now?
Coming after you, Chris McKay. No, not in a million years.
Never know. It could be the voice for movies. The actor.
Well, there's some actor that Chris McKay just started following who looks a lot like Dick Grayson, or could be. Not that he's a real character, but it seems like Finn something. He's from American Horror Story, I think. Okay. People really like him. Like, he looks like he could do it, and I heard he's a good actor, so...
So you think it's cryptic, maybe? Like,
Yeah, it could be...
Nightwing.
Because, like, I don't know. People speculate everything now, but it seems a little too coincidental, I can't think of who I'd want to, like, fan cast, though.
Charlie Cox. I love that dude. Just have him be Nightwing, too. I don't care.
Know.
That's tough because...
Zac Efron?
Well, no. Probably not. But...
If they did that, I think it'd be, let's get teen girls to come see this movie so that we can guarantee ticket sales.
Nightwing's going to sing.
There'd be a picture of it. He'd be there in his butt at some point. It'd just be the worst thing ever.
Oh, hey, I'm Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Joel Schumacher will direct a film.
He's vaping, who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who would play him. I would say, almost like the look of a Liam Hemsworth, type.
Yeah.
But it can't be him because he's replacing Ben Affleck as Batman. Sorry.
Ben Affleck's replacing Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
Right.
That's very unique.
And Ben Affleck's actually going to be Nightwing, but in the future.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Just got a text from Zack Snyder. All Justice League movies are canceled.
Got it.
All DCU's over.
All right. Perfect. Well, who cares?
Yeah.
No, but I was thinking about that with the Nightwing thing. I know we talked about that a long time ago, and I was thinking like the look of a Liam Hemsworth. He's got that. In the comic books, everyone is in love with Dick Grayson. He's a great looking guy. He's well built, and but he's not like bodybuilder built.
Right.
So that's going to be the kind of look they're going to want to go for, I think.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure they'll cast it just right. But
and people have been campaigning.
I'm excited for that.
People have been campaigning for Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, and I think he's just might be a little too old.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, no offense to him, 10
years ago, maybe
he looks great, but like I think he himself had said something like along those lines. But then again, it could be like an older Nightwing, so I don't know.
It could be. He's also a little tall.
Yeah, he is really tall. That's what I was thinking too.
Is Robin himself, like in the comics, is he usually he's a little shorter than Batman?
Well, I mean, because he's a kid, but when he's around Nightwing age, kind of maybe like a foot shorter or something.
Yeah, and then
or a couple inches. I mean,
and it's just because of how it needs to be visually. But Batman's always just a little taller than Nightwing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time Nightwing gets taller, Batman extends his ears. I'm taller.
Senior citizen Batman who's hunched over has ears that are 18 feet long.
Can't get in a car.
I am the nursing home.
He's got stilts.
Where's the pudding?
Also, there's talks of Man of Steel 2 right now with Kingsman, Golden Circle, that just came out. Matthew Vaughn, he directed the first Kingsman, Kick-Ass, X-Men First Class. He's in talks right now, and he said this himself, to direct Man of Steel 2. He's thinking about it. He's very tempted. And
that'd be cool.
I think he said that he would make it more colorful and fun.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, oh god, that's going around too much, but I think he's trying to capture like what Donner did for Superman in the 70s. He wants to do that for today. Like, which I think is okay to do that because we've already started. You know, we started in a different place, and Superman's going to come back and
be more hopeful.
Yeah.
I get that. I just, I don't want anything to change.
Well, yeah, I don't want it can't be too corny or anything. Yeah. Like I like Richard Donner. The original Superman, I think for his time is perfect, but man,
there's a reason it was in that time though.
It would be great to make something that can stand the test of time as well, which I know it can be hard, but it's like some of that. I mean, we watched it a while ago. We were like, oh boy, but it was going to be more corny than that at the time.
Superman 2, is that what we watched?
Oh, we watched 2, yeah, but we also watched. You didn't watch 1, but we covered both those.
Oh, okay.
But we do have a great opportunity to cover the first one again because they're going to release a 3-hour extended cut edition. So that's something we can commentate on that.
When are you guys going to do that?
Well, when it comes out, first off. The first one? You don't want to see the first one?
I don't want to watch 3 hours.
You don't want to hope again?
Nah. Watch Man of Steel because that's pretty much just as long.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But anyway, the 3-hour extended cut, I guess it made its debut 35 years ago on TV. And October 3rd, it's going to get a Blu-ray release.
Oh, wow.
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's been remastered to 1080.
Let's see how much it's going to be.
HD. Mm-hmm. It's going to be probably like, well, according to the Warner Brothers shop, because I couldn't find it at Target. Amazon doesn't list it yet, but Warner Brothers had it listed for like $21.99. It's not too
$20?
terrible.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be...
it's crazy that it's that low.
Wasn't sure where you were going with that first.
Yeah, I know. I didn't either. But yeah, it's going to include 40 extra minutes. There's more action scenes, more Krypton scenes, Jor-El, Lex, Teenage Kent, and more John Williams score. So, maybe Marlon Brando actually did some scenes worth his salary at the time, because I think he got paid. It was a big amount of money for this time. But, the original version, he's not really in it too much. Yeah. And he just walks through it.
Thankfully.
Yeah. So, yeah, that might be kind of cool to commentate on the 3-hour extended cut edition. Comes out October 3rd, and it'll be $21.99. It also will be released with a Superman special edition, which that's been out for a while, but they're just putting them together.
Yep.
Probably helps seal the deal. If you don't want to watch a 3-hour Superman movie, you can watch that.
Just watch the footnotes.
Yeah,
this is where he is Superman. Cool.
It's funny, though, because if it made its debut on TV back in the day with commercials, like, man, that's like it's like 4 hours long probably when it aired. You don't remember that, do you, Steve?
Yeah.
Do you watch it on TV?
Yeah, I mean, that's what was a big deal for us as a kid when like a movie would come to TV finally.
Yeah.
But it was, just riddled with commercials, and you had to set aside an entire weekend just to get it done. But
they're probably better commercials than they are now.
I've
beef?
always hated commercials.
Where's the beef? But yeah, what are your thoughts on going back to Man of Steel 2? What are your thoughts on Matthew Vaughn directing? Just from what you've seen of his style.
It could be cool. He, I feel like if you're using Kingsman alone to determine like what you think, it's going to be kind of jaded because he uses a lot of CGI, which is understandable because. Have you seen the second one yet, Steve? Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't really a spoiler, but they like the Statesman. They're like the American version of the Kingsman. They have their own like distillery and like factory and stuff, and they've got that big building shaped like a whiskey bottle.
Yeah,
it's like obviously you couldn't build that as like. One, you couldn't build it as a set because it would take way too much time and way too much money. Mm-hmm. And you couldn't make it as like a small set like they did with Godzilla and like the cities because it would look really like, you'd be like, oh, that's just a small set. So like the CGI, and they made it look good. So I understand like if he has to use it like that and like the Poppy's Island thing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, if you look at Kick-Ass, that was just in New York. Mm-hmm. And then, First Class didn't use too much CGI. Like, maybe they did. I haven't seen it in a while. But, like, it wasn't to the point where I was like, oh, my God, like, all this is fake. It's like, I could just, they needed to use that there. Obviously, they're not going to throw real bombs at people.
That's the 80s.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it could be good. I like him. I like most of his stuff. I don't know what else he's directed besides those 4 that you said before. But yeah, as long as he keeps, Henry and keeps the suit, doesn't change up the suit too much.
Yeah, I don't think. I would imagine they got that. That's pretty much set in stone. Like, this is your Superman. Just work with these toys, you know.
So I'd be good with that.
Well, it's interesting because this is like another thing he's picking up for a comic book franchise. The X-Men he picked up, and part of the reason why he left the X-Men was, they couldn't agree on a story. He felt like he was playing in someone else's sandbox. He couldn't really make any calls. Like, for instance, they wanted, Bryan Singer and them wanted to do Days of Future Past for the second movie. He didn't. He'd rather have done it for the third movie because it would have been kind of a good end to the trilogy. And he wanted the second one to be in the 70s. And he wanted Tom Hardy as a young Wolverine or, someone similar. And he actually even wanted, like, I think maybe referring to Days of Future Past, like them playing off each other, Tom Hardy and Hugh Jackman. So he just left the project because they told him no. So I get that. So I hopefully it doesn't happen with Warner Brothers. Maybe that's why he's thinking about it still.
Yeah,
sure. He loves Superman, he says. So, I mean, that's really encouraging if he is passionate about that character. That will definitely help make a good film. But, I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of Superman, Michael Rosenbaum, he played Lex Luthor in Smallville and also voiced the Flash in Justice League. I just found he had a podcast, too. It's called Inside of You. And he just interviews people. And he interviewed Tom Welling.
Really?
And it was like an hour 25.
Nice.
That's cool.
And they talk about like what goes on behind the scenes of Smallville, and because like Tom was the only one who was on there for like all episodes, obviously, because he was Superman. But like they just talk about like stuff you didn't know about. And there's one time Tom came back and he kind of like gained weight, I think, and he like wasn't working out, and he's supposed to be like, jacked because he's Superman. And he's like, I don't give a shit, I'm not gonna work out anymore. And then Michael's like, dude, you're Clark Kent, you gotta do this. And he's like, all right. So if you got time, give that a listen.
Put the cheeseburger down now.
But it's funny, Michael Rosenbaum is he's
a lot of profanity on it.
Yeah.
He's
and he talks about like stupid movies he's done in the past. But also like getting to work with Sylvester Stallone on Guardians. So that was cool. And then he talks about like Tom Welling is going to be on Lucifer for the next season. Talk a little bit about that. So
did they say what role he's going to?
I think he plays like some director or something at the detective agency or like police station, because like that's where Lucifer's co-star like partner works. But apparently he's like a douchebag. Tom Welling is.
Oh.
And
it's like, I'm not working out.
Yeah. But there's more than likely there's like some underlying like, oh, he's actually this guy or something like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But glad to see him back in the old comic book.
Yeah. Lucifer's a great show. So,
yeah, it's really good.
Well, it's a formula that's really popular with old fans, like, with the John Wesley Shipp and The Flash. That satisfies people like me who loved his show back in the day.
Oh, and he talked about Supergirl. Tom Welling did. And he said he really liked it, but like I think they asked him to come back and he was like, it would be different. Like, the Smallville was very different than Supergirl. Like they're setting up their own story and that's great, but Smallville was its own thing.
What did they ask him to come back as?
Superman.
Really?
I think they were in talks to.
I guess so. It would have. Yeah, it wouldn't have been the same Superman, obviously, because Supergirl was on his show too.
Yeah, that's why he was like, "No, it wouldn't feel right."
And that's a good call, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, it would have. A lot of people would have lost their minds, but
only guy they picked was good. So
pulled it off.
He's probably like, "Dude, I'm like 40 years old. Like stuff's changed." Or maybe he's not 40. I don't know.
And I haven't worked out, so I'm not doing it. Like, we can pad this.
But
suit.
It's a really funny episode. I haven't listened to anything else of his podcast yet, but it's really funny just hearing, like what actually went on.
Yeah.
Because they talked about like some co-star that like Tom Welling really got along with. And then he was like, Michael Rosenbaum was like, it's like we looked at each other and we had telepathy. He's like, dude, I'm married, but this girl's really cool. And it's like, don't do it, dude.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
Hope
like,
his
oh wow.
wife doesn't want to listen to the show.
Oh, they're divorced now, so it's
Oh, okay.
Who cares?
he's dating another girl. It's all in the podcast.
I gotcha. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
So what? It's called Inside of You?
Inside of You.
All right.
Yeah, and he says like, "Thank you for letting me be inside of you."
That's catchy. Hellboy. They released the photo of David Harbour as...
Have we not talked about that yet?
No,
Oh wow.
we haven't. Did you guys see the photo of David Harbour as Hellboy? What did you guys think, first off?
I don't know. I saw someone comment on it. It was like, wow, it looks a lot like Guillermo del Toro's. Wait, it is Guillermo del Toro's. Why are we rebooting this again? And it's like, yeah, I don't think we... Like, he looks cool. It looks great. But, like, we just, like... What was the last one? Was it 2006?
I don't remember.
Golden Army? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
I don't know. I mean, they could have finished off that trilogy and then waited a while, but...
I agree, because that third one was supposed to be huge,
Yeah.
but it's because Del Toro wanted so much money.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, that would have been great. Why not just end the trilogy? It
I don't know. I'm a little...
deserved to end, I think.
I'm a little iffy on this new one. I'm sure if I see the trailer, I'll be more... decide what I want, or like if I like it or not. But right now I'm just like, eh.
What do you think?
I honestly don't care at all.
No?
And it's not a bad thing. I just don't. I'm not a Hellboy fan, only because I don't have any familiarity with the character. Isn't Matt Wagner who did Hellboy, or was it?
No, it's... I don't know. Who created Hellboy you're talking about?
It wasn't Matt Wagner.
Kobe Bryant.
The name escapes me.
Yeah.
But I've seen other work of that individual and have loved it a lot. You know, so I'm sure if I read it and got into it, Mike Mignola.
There you go, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not familiar with Hellboy. So, and I never saw the movies from before. So, you know, I see it and I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
they're not
whatever.
amazing. I mean,
Whatever they're
good,
doing.
but it's just like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't... I had no idea about who Hellboy was until I saw the movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, the movies...
They honestly just felt like another Guillermo del Toro movie featuring Hellboy and those
Yeah.
characters. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, was fine, but I was just like, eh.
Yeah, they were... I mean, I thought they were good movies. Yeah, they weren't like nothing huge to write home about, but I think they still did, I think, decent enough to get a third one. And yeah, if the budget was lower, they probably would have. But this is going to be probably closer to the material, I imagine.
Yeah.
They're going for the rated R, you know, hard R.
Sure.
Gore, probably. But yeah, I think the makeup looks good. I don't think that's... I mean, I'm sure David Harbour is in good shape, but I'm pretty sure those muscles are fake they put on him.
We don't know. We haven't seen him.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. We haven't seen him.
Yeah, I know, right? Hollywood.
Ricardo Montalban's con chest,
Which Nick Myers says is real.
which he says is real, right? But there was that rumor for years that it was a fake.
Yeah, because the way it
Decent,
was, it
yeah.
just looked that way. But, I mean, maybe that is him. But, man, when I saw that photo, I'm like, that dude's jacked.
Right.
You see his arms, like, holy shit. The right hand of Doom, which
Well,
is...
we don't know.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what actors do now. Or not now, but like for a while. It's like they don't have anything else to do. They could train every day
All day, every day.
and just get jacked.
Well,
So-
and they're taking, like, not steroids, but something close to it. Something that hasn't been classified as a steroid or something. That's what I've heard anyway.
I mean, you look at Ben Affleck, and sure, some of it's padding, but I think, you know, you see that workout scene, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And you
Look
see
at
his
Stephen
butt.
Amell, you know, from Green Arrow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not playing when it comes to his fitness
Oh, no.
and,
Not at
you know,
all.
how he looks.
And
Not at all.
that ladder he does.
Oh, man.
It's like, he really does that. And he was on
Ninja Warrior.
Ninja Warrior. He got like
He got far.
pretty far. I think he got to like one point, and then there was like an extra thing. So I think he completed the course, and then there was an extra course like after that, and he got like halfway through, he's just hanging on the ladder. He was like, he like can't go anywhere,
Yeah.
and he's like, and he looks at the crowd. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a great audience tonight." And he just lets go.
Yeah, either way, you know, man, I think Hellboy looks pretty cool. I'm not like 100% like, this is going to be great. I hope so. I don't
I
know.
saw someone say, "Oh, he finally has that long hair look." It's like he had that in the
He had a ponytail.
yeah, but like
He had long hair.
yeah.
Because if you take the ponytail out...
Oh, God.
No, there's two shots they released. The colored photo, which looks pretty cool. He's not like red. He's kind of like a It might just be a like filter they put on the photo. I don't know. But another scene, he's in like in a trench coat, black and white. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting. They're playing with different characters as well. He's gonna have like a major for another character, and they're gonna have a major Ben DiMano. I don't know if that's how you say it.
Bend over.
Okay. This caused controversy lately because Ed Sheeran, he was
Screen.
Yeah, he played Ajax in Deadpool. He got cast as his character, and his character is Asian descent. So to avoid the whole whitewashing thing, he actually just quit the part.
Yeah.
So a lot of people gave him praise for that.
And then they just casted someone, the guy from, I think it was the guy
Daniel Day Kim.
Yeah, from Hawaii Five-0.
Yep.
Who, that's really cool. I'm glad
who unfortunately is not on Hawaii Five-0 anymore.
Right.
So but I'm glad he found work.
Well, it's over salary dispute, which is ridiculous because if you go to Netflix, he's on the artwork for that show.
Right.
He's part of the main cast.
And if you watch the show, like I did religiously for like 4 straight seasons, I mean, he's like the Lou Diamond Phillips character in Longmire. He's kind of the heart of that. I mean, he's just a great glue for all those characters, and he was phenomenal, just totally phenomenal. So I'm excited that he.
You still gonna watch Hawaii Five-0?
I don't know, man. I will probably.
Hawaii 5 no.
Hawaii 5 no.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. But what I'm most excited about is signing up for CBS All Access and having access to all the original Hawaii Five-0.
There you go.
Which, as an octogenarian, I enjoyed immensely back in the day.
Yeah. There's actually a cool story when Kurt Russell was doing press for Guardians Galaxy 2. He was on that show, the original Hawaii Five-0, and he was like being interrogated by what's the guy's name in real life? I guess Jack
Lord.
Jack Lord.
Yeah.
And when they would cut, like take the camera off Jack Lord and put it on Kurt, Jack Lord would reach under the desk and grab a comb, and he always had his hair perfectly combed for that show. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. I was bummed to hear him leave that show, and I thought, wow, they do that too much in the industry. Like, just pay him the damn money.
Right.
He's part of the, and I almost hope the show to go off the air now.
Well, because I think it was him and some other Asian actress.
Yeah, and
Grace
she was on. What was that?
Grace Park.
Grace Park. Yeah, she was on Battlestar
Galactica.
Yeah, these are like big characters. Like he, and he himself was on Lost, and
it's so dumb. You got the money, like just.
Yeah, it was a dick move. So I think they did the right thing and just left the show. Yeah, I mean, maybe the show needs to end anyway. I don't know. Have you seen the whole show so far? Or
not this last season, but I've seen everything up to it, and I love it to death. But there are huge parts of that show.
You take them away,
especially even if you go back to the original 5-0, Chin, the character of Chin Ho Kelly. He was huge, because it made it very believable because he was from the islands, he was, and when you lose him, you just kind of lose some of that authenticity, I think that you might feel when you watch that show. But
it's a big risk on their part because most shows, when big characters leave, it's like on for another year and it's gone unless the characters come back.
If that happens at some point, that'd be amazing. I'd love to see that, and hopefully. I don't know the scenario that they've written them out of or how they've done that. So, I mean, hopefully that door could be open.
Hopefully they're like, oh, they were killed in an explosion. Right. They'll be missed. Anyway, here's some new people.
Well, I know the original Chin Ho, I want to say seasons 9 or 10, the character got killed off.
Oh, okay.
The show only lasted a year or two later after that. But, for the 70s, that was a long time for a TV show anyway.
Yeah, I bet.
But the actor himself, he didn't die until, I don't know, I want to say maybe 10 or 15 years ago. He was a real cop, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before 5-0, like way back in the old days.
That's cool.
Wow. He's an older guy, and he was an actual policeman. So,
Wow. So he's probably like on set giving him advice. Don't draw your gun that way.
He's believable.
Stop combing your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this new Hellboy, I'll probably check it out when it comes out, but I like David Harbour. I hope this is a big hit for him, and I think they did the right thing with casting that character, that Asian character, properly. It's again too often that's the whole whitewashing thing. I know a lot of people are tired of hearing it, but it's pretty true.
No, it is the thing, that's for sure.
It's time to adjust to the times.
Yeah.
You know, show a little more diversity. But Stan Lee recently said that he believes that Marvel Studios is working on X-Men getting X-Men back in Fantastic Four.
They're gonna kill him now.
Stan Lee, they're gonna kill him?
Yeah, because there's a secret.
It's a secret.
And then they could just say it's old age.
I mean, he says eventually he thinks the rights are going to be coming back, and there's been all these rumors about Fox doing another Fantastic Four. They've talked about just focusing on the kids and having like the thing in there to babysit or something. Just there really been terrible ideas, and it escapes me right now. But I think there is new news on that development. But man, for the most part,
hopefully it's canceled.
Yeah. The only way I see Marvel Studios getting X-Men and Fantastic Four back would be to make the Spider-Man deal, which they wouldn't have like 100%, but it would be under like 20th Century Fox, but they would have all control.
Right.
I think that's the way to do it, honestly. Marvel Studios. You know how they did with Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah.
It was under Sony's, and they did everything.
Fantastic Four was a huge stepping stone for Marvel, and it paved the way for all the Marvel that we have now. I mean, look at the characters that were, in Fantastic Four, whether it was guesting or, appearing or debuting, I should say, like Silver Surfer, Galactus. You have all these huge icons that, came out of those pages. And, I remember as a kid in the 70s, that was the first comic I picked up that, it was Green Lantern and Fantastic Four. And then if I had extra money, I'd get Batman or Superman. And that's how much I like Fantastic Four. It was a must-have for me, and it was awesome. But I don't know. That's
it's just a shame. Like that, this pretty much gave birth to everything we have now. That's very popular.
Yeah.
Marvel's using, and with Stan Lee's age, like it'd be really nice. I know they've made 3 Fantastic Four movies, so it's not like they never made a movie before.
Right.
Actually, they made 4 of them, but yeah, it'd just be great.
Fantastic Four.
I know, right?
And they're all bad.
It'd just be
Fantastics in quotes.
It'd just be great to
Mediocre
give him
4.
something, because that was the book he wrote when he was about ready to give up. His wife said, "Just write something you want to write or read," and that's what he did.
He said, "Don't tell me what to do."
Yep.
Woman. It's back in the 60s. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't see them getting. With the X-Men films, they keep getting made. I think one of them just wrapped, the New Mutants one, and Dark Phoenix is coming. So
now they've got TV shows too. They've got Gifted and Legion. Mm-hmm. Legion's pretty good.
Yeah, I think they'd have to seriously stop losing money or getting money from those properties before they would consider like giving the full rights over. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I could see I think that Sony deal is very unique, and I think that's what they should do in the future is something like that. I think hopefully Fox is smart enough to consider that, at least for the Fantastic Four, I would. Mm-hmm. See what Marvel can do with that, because man, they could really, we actually get them in space. That'd be really cool.
Just kill them all off in the first movie. Like, there's not going to be any more. We're done.
I think a lot of it's, well, aside from the bad writing, but visually, 3 out of 4 of those characters are pretty sweet in live action. Reed Richards is not. Mm-hmm. That's something in the comic books works totally fine. But it's one of those things that how does it translate into the real world? Mm-hmm. It always translates creepy and weird, and that's kind of a turnoff. But I mean, like the last Fantastic Four nailed the thing, I thought visually. Yeah.
Well, I think they nailed some of what Reed's abilities were too. I think he did a few new things that were really good.
But he ran off into the forest naked.
Not that part.
No. Really good.
But yeah, I mean, Johnny Storm, that's obviously gonna be something cool to see live. I mean that that's awesome. But that's just one of those weird deals.
And I think I think before the comics stopped, they did a lot of really unique things to Reed Richards and Sue Storm. I think it changed them up a little bit, and that could be something they could tackle. Gosh, I really think Fox should just have Marvel do it. Mm-hmm. Make that deal. You guys had all these attempts, and
look at every single one of them.
I mean, it's pretty shitty that it's only been a couple years since the last one came out, and we're already starting a clean slate. Which move on to Terminator 6. Talking about clean slates. Well,
Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, not exactly. No.
But does it make sense? No, but neither does the timeline of the movie.
I don't know. These guys are good because when I first announced this, I was just like, God dang it. This franchise needs to end.
Yeah, for real.
Arnold came back. I'm like, okay, but he always comes back. I'm sorry. And
it's because he's not doing anything else.
Super old. I'm sorry.
No offense against Arnold, but like
a lot of makeup. But Cameron's gonna be producing this, so I'm sure it's gonna be a step forward for women, and it's gonna be a great movie. It's referring to his Wonder Woman comments, but no, with him producing it, Linda Hamilton's coming back, which is huge. Except this is like it's gonna be a much older Sarah Connor,
right?
So I'm really not sure what the hell they got up.
Women can't be old to you?
No, nothing's wrong with that, except when does the damn war start? Because if she's still alive...
Well, maybe it's already started.
Oh, and she's in the war,
and
too?
then she, maybe she comes back. She does the Harrison Ford. She comes back and then immediately gets killed.
Oh, maybe.
Or all these other crappy movies messed up the timeline and poof,
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I was referring to was this is going to ignore all films after T2. So this will be an official T3, if you will.
Oh, is that what you said about Genesis, though?
Yeah, I know. It's stupid.
Here's the thing. I didn't really hate Genesis. When I saw it and I was like, that was pretty good. I mean, it works. I think it works well as like a standalone, if that makes any sense. Obviously not going to put it...
Yeah, it does, because they pretty much...
make their own story. And, I really liked Emilia Clarke, and Jai Courtney was really good. Jason, the guy who played John Connor, I really like him, too.
Yeah.
He was in Lawless and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and stuff like that. I mean, it was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable action movie. It's not, completely unwatchable.
I think it got close to what T2 was, keeping you invested in the film.
Mm-hmm.
You got the first film, right? Oh, future. That's really cool hearing the story, seeing some of the flashbacks, Kyle Reese has. They send one Terminator back. Okay, that's cool. I get that because, that they're about ready to lose. So send someone through the time stream there. T2, we get 2 Terminators sent back. 3, another 2. And then Genesis, I'm skipping Salvation, but Genesis, since Genesis picked up the whole time travel thing, my God, they sent 3 Terminators back. I just was like, how do they have time for all this? Genesis was a Terminator was sent back in the 70s to... 2 of them was sent back in the 70s to help Sarah...
Kill the founder of disco?
Yeah, exactly. No, one was to kill Sarah Connor, and the other one is just like T2
Are you
again.
John Disco? Boom!
Sada Disco.
Well, that's what Genesis was, though. 2 of them got sent back. They did the T2 thing with Sarah Connor when she was a kid. So when when Kyle Reese comes back to the 80s, like he did in the first one, he's expecting to see a vulnerable Sarah Connor, but she's a warrior now because she's had all this training, and they're taking on T-1000. It was weird. They just really and it wasn't Robert Patrick. It was the Asian dude from G.I. Joe, I think, whatever his name was. Well, not to say that was bad, but the whole thing is, if we're bringing Arnold back as the Terminator,
yeah, where's
why
Robert
not?
Patrick?
Right? What the hell? Why
Did
couldn't
they
he
bang
be
in
there?
that movie? Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I forgot if they did or not. But
it was a step
as soon
forward.
as they saw John Connor, they could have just been like, "Let's not bang," and then he just disappears.
That's the other thing that happened in Genesis.
Future fixed.
Yeah, right.
Sarah, I'm not gonna have sex with you.
Right.
And John's like, "No."
The fate of the world depends on this woman keeping her legs closed. But that's really what it would be.
They really messed things up in Genesis to make their own story. It just kind of made a bigger mess, I would say. So I think that's right for them to start fresh again. But I don't. They got to make this one count because I'm so tired. If we would have done T3 right after T2 back in the day, I think that would have been satisfying. But so many years have passed. I just don't know what the hell they can do.
I haven't even seen T3. I don't want to see it.
Don't
ever.
see it. It's
I don't
terrible.
wanna see it ever.
It's terrible. I can't watch it. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. With her coming back, I'm really interested, especially since her and Cameron divorced years back. What tension on set's gonna be pretty crazy.
I forgot they were married.
Yeah,
I said action.
when he did Titanic, he fell in love with the chick who played the older lady's daughter in the movie.
The old lady?
Yeah, the old lady, yeah. Yeah. He's like, Wonder Woman, is that you?
Do you know who's going to be John Connor?
No.
Edward
Furlong.
Yeah. Be Christian Bale. He's not doing anything.
No, if I was casting John Connor, I'd cast him similar to the dude they showed in the second movie at the beginning with the scars. They finally showed John Connor. It was just like, he was probably just this guy looked pretty. Like, oh, I'll just put him in there and give him a scar. I would cast something similar to that. Are you guys going to go see this movie?
I don't know.
Rental.
What was the last Terminator you saw, Steve? 2?
The James Worthington one? Sam Worthington? What's his name?
Oh, Sam
Oh,
Worthington.
Salvation?
Yeah, Salvation.
Okay. Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie too.
Genesis is just fun. It's not...
I thought Salvation was good. Again, as
I thought Salvation was better than Genesis.
Really?
A little bit.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was better than 3.
Again, as a standalone.
Yeah.
Like if it's like focusing... Because it focused a lot on the war, which is cool.
Which is what a lot of people wanted, finally.
Yeah. But like even like watching the movie the first time, I was like, I don't feel like there's going to be a sequel because like there shouldn't be,
Yeah. Well, and the sequel was going to be kind of weird. Like they were going to time travel. It's like, like the time travel thing is cool, but only if you're sending people back. I like the whole mythology, the whole thing they set up there. But yeah,
I was going to talk about this earlier. I watched Transformers last week.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Want to save it for a review?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on it.
Then we won't.
Real shitter.
Ouch. All right. Well, we'll do TV real quick, and then we'll go. Yeah. Okay. So moving to TV news, Joey, want to kick it off?
Good old Gotham's back in town. Gotham is back in Gotham. Something. Gotham's back. We got Gimp Man. We got Penguin Guy.
So this is a Batman show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was about
Bruce Wayne
pork
show.
products.
Goddamn.
That's a Ryan Lochte version.
Someone edited out the letters on Batman Arkham Asylum and just put so it says bam, a ham, yum.
Nice.
Anyways, Gotham's back.
My favorite cooking show.
It's really good. I mean, it's just obviously setting up the season. Scarecrow's going to be the big baddie. Because it's Jonathan Crane's father developed the toxin and then used it on him. And so, like, now he's, like, afraid of everything. And then he's developing the toxin for gangs. And I don't know. It's pretty good. It's, again, I view it as an Elseworld tale. Like, it's its own one-off thing, kind of like the Batman Telltale games. Arkham Asylum games, or the Arkham games, are kind of their own thing. Like, they definitely, like, oh, yeah, Barbara got paralyzed. Jason Todd died. This, that stuff in canon. But it's not like this is the definitive story.
Right. It wasn't strict in continuity.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy it. I like seeing Bruce's transition into becoming whoever like he thinks he's going to be. Like, we know he's going to be Batman, but he doesn't know that yet. He's just like, I don't know what to be. Better put on this suit. It does look kind of dumb, but it's also like, well, you got to start somewhere. Like, I mean, Spider-Man started off with the wrestling attire with the Tobey Maguire one.
Oh, right.
And I said this before, but his cowl that he wears looks exactly like Red Robin's from the comics, and nobody's saying anything about that. So,
really,
yeah. And Red Robin, if you don't know, is Tim Drake's version of Nightwing. Grows out of the Robin thing, just adds red on there.
Oh, okay.
He's got like it says Robin symbol. Like, it's not the R, but it's like looks like a bird.
Yeah, okay, I've seen that before. Yeah,
He's got wings as like a cape, more or less of a cape. He's pretty cool. I think he's a playable character in the Arkham City games.
Okay.
Like, it's a playable skin for Robin.
Does anybody know the trivia behind where that costume came from?
No.
Kingdom Come.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is that where it started?
Yeah, that's I believe it was Dick Grayson was Red Robin.
Oh, wow.
Really?
In that, because that's in Elseworlds
Okay,
as well.
sure.
So that
But that's where that costume made its debut.
was he Robin, Nightwing, then Red Robin, or was he never Nightwing?
I think he was Nightwing and then became Red Robin or something like that. I'd have to reread it again, but
I have it at home. I still haven't read it yet.
yeah,
I don't know why.
That's a cool
it's
concept.
an excellent series.
Yeah. I mean, I love Alex Ross. Anything, all the art he does is just amazing. But the show's good. It's still, it doesn't really have to establish the characters because they're already there. Steve Buscemi's brother plays one of the not like a major character, just like a criminal in the first episode. Pretty much Penguin is running the city. He's got the Riddler in like a frozen block of ice at his club, the Iceberg Lounge, and he's passing it off as like he's pretty much doing the Nora Freeze thing. He's like, he has a disease and he told me to freeze him, and if to not thaw him out until there's a cure, but really he's just going to keep him in there forever. So he just Is it
all bullshit, or did Mr. Freeze actually tell him to freeze him?
What? No. Like, he froze Riddler because he was pissed
Riddler.
at him.
I'm sorry, not Riddler.
Yeah, no, Penguin froze Riddler because he was
confused.
pissed at him. But right. It was Mr. Freeze and... Yeah, I think it was just Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
And so Riddler's frozen in a block of ice, and Penguin is telling the media, like, Riddler told me that he has this disease and not to thaw him out until he gets a cure, or until we find a cure. And Bruce Wayne is like doing the little detective thing. He's like, I'm sure he'll be happy once he thaws out. And Penguin's like, and Bruce is like, when you find the cure. And he's like, oh, right, the cure. And it's cool to see Bruce Wayne doing, starting off early. He's like 17 in the show. So, but it's so cool to see like he's getting into that character. Like they're kind of going balls to the wall. They're like, we don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know if we're going to get a 4th or 5th season. So let's just go for as much as we can right now.
So will they hit 100 episodes this season?
They might. I think so.
Okay.
Really?
24 days.
Syndication.
Or it might be 80. I really enjoy it. I like seeing they got Harvey Bullock in there. I really like that character because he was in the animated series, but like we haven't really seen him in live action until now. And it's Donald Logue.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yep.
He's really good in that character. Ben
McKenzie.
Yep. He's really good in that role too. I'm sure people still want to see that mustache.
Is he growing like half of it right now? It's like, it's coming.
Yeah, he's got the Hitler. But I mean, he's not commissioner yet because obviously it's going to take a long time to get there.
He's still too young to be commissioner. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's Elseworld Tales. So he could,
He could be commissioner next episode. She's like, oh, yeah, you're commissioner now. Cool. Mustache just appears.
Commissioner Cool.
Commissioner Cool guy.
He just shows him put a fake one on for everybody. I'm an adult.
I have a hormone disorder. But yeah, this first episode is really good. I'm excited to see what the season brings. They're still developing the whole relationship between Selena and Bruce, and it's kind of just like it's kind of toxic because I mean, yeah, they're soulmates, but that doesn't mean that they should be together, So that's cool. And there's a cool shot. They're at this party, and they're both. Eventually, they ended up on a ledge, like just talking, and then there's the Gotham skyline in the background. So like, that's pretty cool. If you check it out, just started. It's should be a good season. I know these guys don't want to watch it.
I
got the first season at home if you want to check it out.
Well, I've seen the first season.
I think that first season.
I have.
I think first season is when they actually tried to stay away as much as they could from the Batman. Then second season they kind of redid things, and
then they were like, "Oh, that's dumb. Let's get into comic book stuff."
Right.
It's like I'm Batboy. Like okay, all right. I guess we're going for it.
Yep.
I like the Penguin character. I think that guy is really cool. What he's done with that character, and
he's an Iowan.
Right on. But I think
can't say anything bad about him.
No, can't. No, I like the direction. I like the homages they done. Like they did. Paul Rubens played his dad, which is reminiscent to Batman Returns. I like that stuff, and I'm sure there's other shots in the or scenes that are very similar to what we've seen before. So I like all that homage stuff. Yeah. Maybe put together a best of, and I'll watch it. But I'm glad we agree on the Batman costume right now, or whatever.
Actually, just in the last episode, they ended it with the full moon and the bat flew across it.
Really?
No, that'd be stupid.
It's Especially if it was in the shape of a bat wing. Like, there's
Yeah,
no
he
bats
said-
look like that.
Yeah, he stops like he's flying across and then stops halfway through. He's like, "Hey!"
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. The Orville has been on for the last few weeks. I love that show. It's very similar to Star Trek, but it's got like a more humor with it. And it's kind of a bad time, I guess, for the show. I mean, it could, because we're going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery.
Right.
Very excited about that. But yeah, as a Star Trek fan, I can definitely enjoy this version. I think it's something, I know years ago he wanted to try and have a Star Trek show, and it
Right.
just didn't work out because we had the J.J. Abrams movies, and the direction shifted. But the Orville is actually, I think it's really good. It got, critics hated it, at least the pilot. I almost thought that was kind of more hatred towards him. I didn't think it was fair because the show, like,
Might get canceled.
it's
He's
not,
made a million enemies, so I think anything he does, good or bad, people are just going to trash on.
Yeah.
it's not over the top humor, and it's not really gross humor or anything like that. It's kind of like if you were put on the Enterprise today with your mannerisms and maybe commenting on certain silent pauses. Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just things like that. Like a ship comes out of nowhere in front of them, and one of them is like, "Oh, I guess we're not going to be off at 5 tonight." Just
Right.
like things like that. Just slight observations people do. It's not so formal and just
Make
not
it so.
commented on. Yeah. But I appreciate it for what it is, and I think it's a
It's
good
weird
show.
to see how much hate he gets because, like, I used to love Family Guy.
Well,
I
is it
don't-
because on Family Guy he picked on a lot of celebs and stuff?
Well, I was going to get to that because,
Oh,
like,
sorry.
no. I was just like, it's so much of like so many different things. Like, I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy. He seems like a nice guy. He's got his own beliefs, got his own lifestyle, got his own comedy. That's fine. I didn't enjoy the Ted movies. I didn't enjoy. I didn't really watch A Million Ways to Die.
I
in the
actually
West.
like that one.
I did
that
too.
good?
I did too. I was
That was pretty
telling him
funny.
about that. Yeah, I like that one. And I don't think critics like that one.
No, they didn't.
But like, well, maybe I need to watch it, or maybe I won't. I don't know. But
Sure, Steve saw it. You can go watch it. I saw it. He's like, fucker.
well, that's two people as opposed to just you.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with that stretch, but I'll go with that.
But like the people on South Park do the same thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't get as much hate as Seth MacFarlane.
They
did.
also don't try to step outside their box as much as Seth MacFarlane does.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But like to that point, I this has been my defense for him ever since I heard the story. He was originally on the flight that crashed into the Twin Towers of 9/11.
He was booked to be on it, right?
He was
Yeah.
booked to be on it, and he missed it because he was out drinking the night before, and he like slept in, or like his agent missed the whatever. So I'm pretty sure that was probably like, I mean, after the fact of every, once the dust settled, he was probably like, I can't really afford to hold back if I'm gonna try and live my dream. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go out and do my style of comedy. If I get shit canned, cool. Like I can't do anything to stop that. But so that's why like I don't enjoy Family Guy anymore, but I still respect what he's doing. He loves animation, loves voice work. So
I think he's a good director. Like, Ted, I wasn't overblown by Ted. I thought there's some funny parts, but I wasn't on the bandwagon. Like, this is so funny, this whole movie. And I didn't even see the second
it's
one.
very like bro humor.
Yeah.
It is, and
And
I didn't see the second one. I saw the first one. I walked away thinking, that's pretty good. But then now, years later, and I've seen it the one time, I can't tell you one scene. So it's not like one of those comedies that's iconic and sticks with you. And,
Right.
it's like Terminator 2. Terminator 3, I really can't tell you really one solid moment in that movie. But, we can all sit here and quote things that happened in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you're right.
so
yeah.
it was that kind of movie for me. But, I mean,
Right.
he's brilliant. I mean, he really is brilliant.
Yeah, I think so too.
His voice work is just hilarious. And I still like Family Guy. It was obviously way better. I mean, now to me, it has its parts. If I know it's a Stewie-centric episode, I'll watch it for sure, no
Yeah.
matter what. But, yeah, I mean, he does a lot of good stuff. He's musically talented.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
is.
The guy's, he's way more well-rounded than I think people give him credit for.
I liked his Oscar show when he hosted. I thought that was pretty funny.
In air, everyone hated that.
I know they did. Yeah. Oh, it's stupid.
It just shows the lack of humor, too, though. That don't poke fun of us. We'll poke fun of everybody else, but God forbid.
I know.
And he proved that. And
Yeah.
I think he wanted to prove that, so I don't think he cared about his reception.
Nope.
No, he didn't.
It's kind of the same with Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Like he,
right.
I mean, he made fun of Mel Gibson right on the stage with him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
What the hell does sugar tits even mean?
And he came back on stage, too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, Gibson could slug your shit out of you.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I really like the Orville. I think it's, I think it's good. It really, the last episode, they moved to Thursdays now. So we got 2 new episodes in 1 week, which was really cool. Yeah, it was actually a really powerful episode, I thought. The ending was not predictable.
Yeah.
And you probably haven't seen the show yet,
I have
right?
not yet, no. I'm DVRing, so...
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I'm anxious to see what you think about it. But, yeah, it's on, like, the Fox app. You can watch it anytime. But, yeah, I really like it. And just plugging that, I think people should check that out. And also check out the next thing we're going to talk about. Do you want to lead off, Steve?
Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
So tonight is the night, and it's on CBS to kick off, right?
Right.
And then it's going to move to CBS All Access.
Correct.
So I'm excited for this thing, man. I mean, it's the first Star Trek series to be in the old TV verse, so to speak. I don't know if they're going to be doing future movies, with the current group or not.
I don't know.
I'd like to see it, but, if they don't, hopefully this will be a success. And my only concern is the all access piece. Is it going to reach the audience enough to pay for what they're giving us now?
Right.
So we're getting this big, giant, huge, beautiful looking Star Trek. Well, because of all access, is it going to be to the point where if they do a season 2, it's going to look like Star Trek season 1 of the 60s, because they're not going to have the money to do what they want to do, right? So that's kind of my concern, but I'm going to enjoy it while I can and for what it is. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I agree. Yeah, it's a big risk. I think what's going to help the all access is Netflix. I don't think it's here. It hasn't really been 100% mentioned if it's going to be on Netflix here or not, but I think UK Netflix is going to have it.
Okay.
So I think that'll help.
So we just got to move.
Yeah, got to move.
Or know someone over there. Anyone listening?
I don't know how that
send
Well,
us
the
your,
upcoming
password.
nuclear war might cause me to actually want to move. So, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of. I'm really hoping because if it does drop on our Netflix, it'll be Monday. So I'm really hoping before I decide to buy all access or not. If
Wait,
this is going to be
this Monday? The entire season? Or
No, just like one episode
at a time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if they haven't done that before. I don't know if they would
Well,
start.
I think it's because it's on all access. Because obviously, if they list everything on Netflix, all access is going to get fucked because no one's going to tune in for a weekly show.
Right.
But it's also partnering with CBS, so it's a new type of format for Netflix. It's not the original Netflix show, but they keep advertising with the Netflix banner on it, so I'm very confused here. 'Cause,
If they don't, I'm still going to pony up for the access thing.
Yeah, I
for
think
CBS
so.
All Access.
yeah. Oh, yeah, because I'm going to be wanting to see this show. You want to talk about a new project we got with that show?
Yeah, so we're going to probably a night or two after each episode, we're going to do a special. It's not going to be like an episode 79, but we're just going to have a kind of a spin-off where we sit down, talk about all things Star Trek Discovery, the prior episode, anything coming up, plot lines, give our review, and kind of have some fun with it. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Cool. Can't wait to talk about it. So,
And I know Joey's excited to be a part of it. As a huge Star Trek fan.
Yeah,
that he
when is it?
It's never.
I'm busy.
For you, so
I got a thing to go to do.
I have this thing that's doing this deal with.
I work
that
nights,
place.
so I can't. Oh man!
well, no one will hear, but Joey's Gotham spinoff, I removed that from the podcast. He was.
Just me on. I really like the show.
Crickets after that.
He's not a gimp.
Just crying. He's not a gimp. I swear to God.
It's not in canon. Come on.
You don't understand. So yes, Discovery will premiere
It's
tonight.
about the journey. You
The
don't
journey.
get it.
Take the journey.
Have mom guest on, like, hey, dinner's ready. Mom,
Mom, he's gonna grow the mustache. I swear.
he's a
I'm
pretty boy.
almost done.
He's a pretty boy, pretty boy. So Star Trek Discovery will be on tonight at 7:30 Central. So I'm so excited.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there's so much writing on this.
I know.
Unfortunately, I don't think I've ever been so. I mean,
It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, nerve-wracking
as
for
a Star
premiere.
Trek fan, right? You know, I mean, because
What if
we
it's
had
shit?
so much, we had so much great stuff through the '90s.
We took it for granted the spinoffs then,
And you take it for
'cause
granted, right?
DS9 didn't have, all that going up against them. Just like TNG certainly did, but I was
Right.
so young, I wasn't part of that. So, and that was such a big gap between the original show.
Oh, right.
Right.
And I remember when TNG was coming on, and people were like, "Oh, come on, this is gonna be stupid," and and it's one of the best things, if not the best.
Yeah.
That was out there. But
I put some on last week through Netflix, TNG, and I just started with one episode and just let it run for a little bit. Man, it was such a good show.
Yeah.
Like, I already knew that, but man, there was some great episodes. It was the one with Barkley getting like godlike powers of intelligence, and man,
With
it
Tom
was-
Hardy.
Huh? No, that's Nemesis. That's not part of the TV.
Which
show.
one was The Rock on?
He was on a Voyager episode, I think.
I think he did. I heard he did the rock bottom to someone, and he was dressed like an alien or something.
he
We'll
did
give you the
people's
episode
elbow
number.
to Janeway is what he.
And raised the eyebrow. Is that what he does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the people's eyebrow.
Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
he could have been called whatever race he was. He could be like the Glebe-Glorb's elbow.
Right. Yeah.
The Rockmen. Yeah, no, that was that was fun to watch. It got me more excited, and been watching a lot of behind the scenes of Discovery with the sets being built and
Yeah.
the costumes. Like like you were saying, like I hope it's successful, because if it's like kind of at a medium of success, they probably will cut the budget. Mm-hmm. So the second season will be like, oh boy, where's the nice sets at?
Right. You'll see a vast difference in look to the show.
I hate that. I really hate that. And,
So hopefully we'll get something that's going to be solid.
and I know they did that for Beyond. They cut the budget a little bit, and Beyond, I think, still looked pretty good. It didn't. I don't think it looked as great as the first two movies,
Right.
but it's still, for what they had, it definitely didn't look like one of the later original Star Trek
Right.
movies where they had like nothing.
Right.
Poor William Shatner, love or hate him, he
Yeah.
got screwed on 5. Like there's no like effects budget, and it wasn't even.
He got screwed on the show.
Yeah, that was
They allowed it on TV?
episode. Yeah, well, hey, it was the '60s. It was its first time, so yeah.
What year was it? 69?
Yeah. No, they were already canceled, unfortunately.
Oh,
That was the year I was born, actually, so I can always say that.
You're like,
I'm 3.
someone. There's like a some airplane like thing. It was like 69th anniversary of like some jet or something like that, and so like this, they formed a 69 in the sky with
God.
planes, and someone on Twitter put the plane emoji, and they just spelled out nice. Because all it said was just 69. So like if they're passing by and nobody knows why, they're just like, oh, cool.
and inside the plane, they handed out instructions.
Yeah.
Most of them were dudes.
That'd be so scary though, like, because you gotta fly in formation.
Oh, man.
I'd be like, oh, holy shit.
Holy
Oh my god. We haven't even taken off yet. We're still on the runway, just I'm like, oh,
the lever's like up here. Just sweating. Oh god. Yeah, so is there any Watchmen also began production on HBO. That's gonna be a while probably, but that'll be interesting to
is
see
it
what
pre-production?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'll be interesting to see how they what direction they're going. If they're gonna remake the movie or the the book, or if they'll go in the prequel route. I don't know. Are you guys interested in the TV? I guess it's been so long since the movie, we could kind of get a refresh.
Yeah, but that's a weird.
But you know what? HBO's doing it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like that's a weird excuse of like, oh, it's been so long since. It's like, well, then they could reboot everything eventually.
They are though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it,
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I don't know. I mean, I still enjoy the first movie or the original movie a lot.
I do too.
I guess this is good for them to be able to expand on the entire thing. I hope it's not like going to be original stories. Like, I hope it's just like
Yeah.
they focus on the comic and then it's like it's done. So it's like either a season or 2 seasons. like Band of Brothers. Like it could just be
Yeah, like a big mini series.
Yeah.
I'm really a big fan of those anymore. Those short and sweet,
Yeah.
like like the Defenders. That was 8 episodes, I think. It's perfect. Perfect. And I know it's been a while, but I did finish Defenders. You probably did too.
Oh yeah, a long time.
Did you ever catch it?
Not.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I loved it. I thought it was
Sweet.
fantastic. I guess it wasn't received as well as they wanted it to be, but
Probably because of Iron Fist, because everybody's all pissy.
yeah, I loved it. I was
I
hooked.
really liked
mean, I started watching one at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
2 o'clock. I had to like quit
Oh,
because
nice.
the cliffhangers. I was just like, oh my god, I got to see what else is coming.
Right.
I
Well, I
loved
think
it.
like the longest episode is maybe an hour, and the rest are like 45 to 50 minutes. So it's like, oh, I expected these to be like hour-long things each. I could get these done in
Yeah.
a short amount of time. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and it also helps like bring you back to the characters. You hadn't seen Jessica Jones for a while. I think Luke Cage and Iron Fist are pretty fresh still because those came out like a year ago or whatever. But she hasn't been.
Now
on
they're
for a
best
while.
friends. Now they got to start their Heroes for Hire.
Romance.
Yeah, Heroes for Hire.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Power Man and Iron Fist from back in the 70s.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a good title for a show. Maybe they'll just have their own show and partner up. I don't know.
Well, they probably will.
But it's good. I'm sure you'll like it, Steve. I got lazy, though. I did not finish Iron Fist or Luke Cage. I just was like, you know what? And I was actually, since watching Jessica Jones and both seasons of Daredevil, I didn't have a problem jumping into this. I figured, that's Iron Fist. Okay,
Yeah.
Luke Cage. I get it. So it was great. But do you want to talk Destiny 2 real quick? Games?
Sure.
Game
So
news?
Destiny 2 came out on September, I think it was 8th, maybe the 9th, something like that, but is basically 3 years to the day that they released the first one. So Zach and I had picked it up about a week after it had come out. We just finished the storyline the other day.
How long was the storyline?
If we did it front to back, I'd say maybe 6 hours. Now, that said, it was way better than Destiny 1 from a story perspective.
Right. That was the only complaint about the first one, right? The story was.
And it was an extremely legitimate complaint. I mean, they had this system called the Grimoire cards in Destiny 1, where if you do something in the story, you unlock this card that you can go onto the internet and read about. And it was a zillion of them, And this time it was very straightforward. They had an awesome antagonist, and I think I never believed it at the time because I was a 360 guy and that's what I had. And but people were talking about how Destiny 1 was held back because they were still on last generation consoles. I'm like, oh, shut up, whatever. That doesn't mean anything. Well, Destiny 2 is gorgeous. I mean, it is unbelievably amazing to look at. Still plays like a Bungie game, so it's extremely easy to pick up if you like shooters.
Which is the Halo engine, pretty much.
Well, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the guys that did all that, and I'll tell you what, it feels familiar but fresh. The story was awesome, and now that we finished the story, you're still not done because now they have a zillion side things for you to do.
Sure.
And my very first PvP match, I went with a 2.73 KD ratio, so I
Excellent.
destroyed everybody. And I came in late. Let's just be clear on
Congrats.
that. I joined the game. It was already in progress. So
Awesome.
the next game, though, I got completely... Okay.
You're like, I'm feeling great.
I did take a screenshot of it because it's like, haha, my first one. So
You're like, I'm feeling great. And then the next one you just get blown up and you're like,
that's typical shooter PvP. I mean, you destroy one game and
Yeah.
you act like you've never picked up a controller the second, so... But it's a lot of fun, man. I mean, I join people's, I feel their pain on the storyline for the first one, but I still love the mechanics and the gameplay and all that because I played it all the way through, and having a ton of fun with this one.
Great. Can anyone pick up with this game? Do they need to really know much of the first game, or
The stuff that happens in the first game is referenced a lot in the second game, but anyone can pick it up and
Okay.
kind of get it.
so you still get the gist of
Yeah,
it?
I think you get the gist of it. But
People like me, because I don't have the first one, so
Right.
I might as well start with the second one.
But what I'm I'm hoping comes out because they were so good with the cutscenes and the story and all that. I'm hoping someone on YouTube has spliced it all together at some point, because I'd watch just that.
Yeah.
Just sit there and watch it. I mean, it was just that solid. And the voice work was great, and, the whole thing. But it was, it was very cosmic in scope too, and of course, we don't want to talk about the physics of any of this, but, I won't spoil it, but at the end, you're fighting right outside the sun. Because this guy's trying to drain the sun's power, and he destroys universes or galaxies. And, the visuals of that alone were just intense, and it was just a blast. And yeah, me and Zach, again, because we were old pros on Destiny 1, we didn't have a hard time running through it. There were some challenging points, but we had a ton of fun running through it.
Cool.
It was cool. So yeah, I mean, if you like those kind of games, pick it up. But like any other game, if you go to the communities out there on the internet, it's full of people that either love it or think that Satan himself crafted the game. So
all true.
I have a hard time reading that stuff.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah.
Have you played it? No.
Right. Yeah. And it's just, and everybody that talks about how bad it is are the kind of people that want everything handed to them in the game, as opposed to earning it, or as opposed to grinding through it. Mm-hmm. And I get not everyone likes to grind in games. Mm-hmm. Me at my age, I don't mind grinding in games because, I don't have, I'm grinding in life at this point. So, I don't mind going and playing something for 2 or 3 hours at a time, repeating the activity and getting cool rewards. I don't care about that. So for me, it was great, but, if you don't like a grind, and that kind of a random and RNG reward system,
Just play something else.
Yeah, play something else. There's a million great games out there, but
There are.
But it's fun. I mean, if you like that, and if you like shooters that are just gorgeous and sci-fi, I can't recommend another one over this.
Mm-hmm.
So I know before this game you were playing some Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Right. Are you still playing that, or is that kind of on the back burner now?
It's been on the back burner since I've got Destiny 2, but I will be playing it. I mean, when I got Destiny 1, that was virtually it. That's what I played for almost 3 straight years.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous, I admit. My therapist has helped me a lot. But no, I'll still pick up GTA. I mean, just because of how fun it was and all the cool stuff in it. And
Did you finish the story mode?
I haven't finished the story mode, but I've picked up so much stuff and cool things in the game that, yeah, if I put that down, it's kind of dumb on my part. But
So you mostly doing online stuff with the game, or just in general, just having fun with the game?
for GTA,
Yeah.
I'm doing a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Mostly the online right now, just because of it's cathartic to just go in and, follow traffic laws.
Yeah. As long as you don't do it in real life,
And
you're okay.
not like roll
What
through
button is the
people.
turn signal?
That's in 6.
Right.
They're working on it.
They've got one bike in online that has wings and a jet engine.
Oh.
So you just take off and you don't fly, but you just glide.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can get across the map if you do it right.
So you could probably jump off higher platforms and not die from the impact. You can glide down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
There's just so much cool stuff in that game.
There is.
And me and Zach, our favorite thing to do is just get 5 stars and then just see how long we can live. That's it.
Man, the other night I was pretty proud of myself, but then I got pinned and killed. But
I've ditched it a few times.
In GTA or in real life?
GTA, yeah. That night,
Yeah.
GTA.
It's fun to ditch it though when you finally get rid of the 5 stars. It's like, it doesn't happen often, but
No, it
when
doesn't.
it does, it's cool.
It's like just hide.
Get on the train. That's all I recommend.
Yes. Yep.
That's the big
Yep.
star killer.
I even tried to start shit on the train because I just come get me.
We would do that too. And then there's that one stop. If you're at 4 stars or higher, when that train stops, it will not start again unless you're off the train.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow.
I always jumped on the train after it started leaving that point.
Right.
Then did my chaos, and
I'm glad I didn't find out the hard way. Like,
then,
I got 4 stars. Oh,
and when
no.
you come back to that stop, I'm calling the guy to
Oh, hey.
kill my wanted level. And,
Oh, hey. Or you get on, there's those, little poles, when you get on top of the train and you're just like, I'm going to live forever.
The bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got totally killed once on one of those.
Have you played the new expansion they have out, Smuggler's Run or something like
Yes.
that?
I don't play I haven't for a while. I don't have any like PlayStation friends to play with.
Like, hey guys, let's. Oh, Mom, you know how to play PlayStation?
Get in here.
Yeah, you played it though. Yeah, it's pretty
great.
fun.
Oh yeah, that game is it's really awesome.
Are those? Do you have to pay for those add-ons or?
No, the add-ons are free.
Oh, that's great.
It's the in-game stuff that.
It's the in-game stuff. If you want to make a ton of money, you're gonna have to dedicate a buttload of time, or you just fork over real.
Yeah,
Makes
dollars.
sense.
that's what I do. Like, if I get a gift card every now and then, I'll just
Same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But,
they're
like-
new games, pretty much. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much worth.
Because that bike,
to it.
it's like a smaller bike, but it costs like $3 million.
Yeah.
Because you gotta, you got the jet engine and the wings, so it's like,
I know there's things I want that I don't quite yet have, and the Duke of Death is my favorite just because of the absolute chaos, and the armor, and I mean, you're just barreling through things in a car, and it's
you can get that in the story mode.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you get online carry over into the story mode.
No, I don't think you
Story
can.
mode to online, no.
Okay.
Not really.
I don't think you can buy. Like, I think they stopped after like a certain DLC. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while, so I could be wrong.
But these add-ons, don't they have a expiration date, or are they always out there?
No, they're
Oh, they're
always,
always
out
out
there.
So the pilot one back in the day is still out there. That looked pretty cool. It's like a Top Gun
Yeah.
theme
Yeah.
looking thing. Yeah,
That was
Man,
more
I'm
just
so
flight
behind.
school because that was
Maybe that's what it was.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
they
it
had
was-
the trailer to it was like Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Yeah, that game never gets old. I don't.
No.
Do you even know if a 6 is coming or?
I mean, they're probably developing it, but it's probably really under wraps.
I have a prediction for 6, just because.
Well, also they're doing Red Dead Redemption 2, so they might be.
And I can't wait for that.
I think 6 will probably be the focus after Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
And 2 looks like he's gonna have a posse, which I'm so excited.
The first one,
I love that game.
one of my most proud gaming moments was achieving 100% completion in Red Dead Redemption.
Nice.
That was fun. So that was
Is there a
great
lot
game.
to do? Is it?
In retrospect, way too much to do.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, you
but-
can skin cattle for profit.
No, but I mean just like the 100% completion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Yeah.
Jeez.
He used a lot of his special move, right, with the targeting.
That, and there's just a million side quests, and just and towards the end, I will admit, I felt like this feels a little more like a job right now, just because I wanted 100%.
Yeah.
But then once you got it, you're like, now when I sign on to play, I'm just going to ride around and kill everything. So it's fun.
Remember when I was like done with the game, I was still having a little fun. I was like, oh, this is great. And I rode up to the mountains,
Jumped off.
and the bear got me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's it.
Yep.
It's over. Yeah, that was a great
his
game.
tail.
Yeah, but my prediction for 6 is just because sadly my kids have seen me play GTA, but I have not shown them the horrible stuff. They're always asking, where's the girls at? I'm like, I think there's going to be a female character for the 6th one.
Oh.
For sure. I'm guessing, because why not? I know online you can get whatever gender, but
You should have just said they're in the strip club.
Who are the girls? I'll show you. It's nighttime,
hey, is that Jim Cameron?
and I'm going to hit right on the D-pad.
This is how I met your mother, kid.
Just runs her over in the car.
Cheating, bitch. No.
Now, when she leaves the car, I'm going to run her over.
Oh my god.
But Dad, you had to pay her $25.
No.
Dead girls don't talk.
And there's money, so I get my money back. It works that way.
I regret making this joke.
Morals.
And that's the thing about that game is that's where you
That's where you know you're fucked up.
you're ethically drawing the line at some point where you're like, should I be doing this?
I know, right?
Right,
The stress
And then you
reliever.
just take your pistol and
right.
you can do
They
that.
had that option.
You can't do that?
Yeah.
Can ya?
Yeah, it's kill yourself.
Oh, that's right. I just haven't used it. I've seen it on there.
Like, I could do that now in the game?
Online? Do you
There's
have
a
No, not online.
Oh, yeah, you have to do online.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
there's a drop down, and you can go and
It says kill yourself. It's like for $500.
I do the,
you have to spend money to kill yourself.
spend money to kill yourself.
And then
I
he just
do
takes
the,
out his pistols like,
I do the jump and faceplant combo. That's fun to do that sometimes. Especially like over a ledge. And
Yeah.
he just rolls over the ledge. Oh.
Yeah, I like the helicopters because in a plane, well, at least unless it's a jet, like on the prop planes, you can't get as high as you can in a helicopter. So that's one of my favorite things. Is just as high as I can go to the ceiling, drop, and just watch the fun.
I've gotten so high that my parachute fails. Like I open it and it rips off, and I'm like, oh! And I open another one and it rips off, and I'm like, well, I'm just
I really like, and I do it online a lot, just when I'm bored. There's nothing else to do. You get the Hydra, which is the hover jet.
Yeah.
And
cool.
if you fly, so the airport, and there's those two hangars. Like when you drive in, there's those two hangars at the end. If you fly past those, at a certain point, your jet, like your whatever craft you're in, stops because it's like the Bermuda Triangle or whatever, and like your wing comes off, so you're just like doing this spiral down,
I've done that.
and then you crash into the water. And then if you try to get out, like once you crash, I don't know what happens, but you just and then it dies immediately.
Oh, if you sink or
no, like if you just hit the water and then you try to get out, he'll like freak out, be like, ah!
Oh, right. And if you get out underwater, there's sharks probably.
No, they're not.
Online.
No sharks online.
Oh, there's no on
In story, because I heard about the whole shark eating thing, and so I'm like, oh sweet. So I'm on my online guy. I spent hours in the ocean just waiting for a shark, and I look online, it's only on the story mode. So I did that, and within 15 minutes I got eaten by a shark. I mean, so
were you throwing grenades in the water to summon the sharks? I've seen people do that online, like, let's get some sharks, and they just throw some grenades in the water.
No, but I'm like, I wish I could cut myself because the blood is supposed to attract sharks, right? But
I don't like how if you jump from like a high distance into the water, you die.
Right.
Because it's like, I mean, I get it that it's real, but also if you drive your car off a building and land on all four wheels, nothing happens. You're just like, cool, let's move on.
And you can steer where your car's, how you're gonna jump in the air.
Yeah, if your back of your top of your car's on the ground, you can just rock it back and forth till you're back on four wheels. It's like, just don't make me die when I hit the water.
I did this mountain thing off a motorcycle where I was just all I was trying to do was how bad am I going to get killed?
Yeah.
And I'm flying everywhere and jumping and almost hitting things and land on both wheels on a road, and it was totally fine. I was like, I just wanted to die.
Has anyone taken the sub to like the depth for it to like explode? Because I've done that. Well, it didn't explode, but it was like beep beep beep.
Have you seen that Easter egg in the story mode though? Like if you get low enough, there's the hatch from Lost. Someone's pounding on it.
Sweet. That's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Like there's Breaking Bad Easter eggs.
Really?
And I mean, it's not like characters or anything. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So much great stuff in that game. That game is so deep. It's just amazing.
It's crazy. Yeah. Let's just keep adding on to it.
And there's one if you play as Trevor, and like, I think if you go near like this van or something, you get like tased. And then you wake up in your underwear, and you're like on the train track, and it's coming. You're like getting up really slowly. You're like, oh god! And then like you have like 2 seconds to like
Book it.
find a way out of there.
I suggest going to YouTube and looking for Trevor Spawn or something like that videos, because he has like every time you switch characters to Trevor, you switch it to anybody else, and they're standing on the street or they're doing something. Get up from a park bench. His is like you're in a 3-star chase in progress.
Yeah.
Or you wake up on a ledge, where you have to, move right away or you're going to die.
When you're chasing somebody.
Yeah.
There's the one you're in the dress.
Yes. Oh my god.
Man,
that game's so good.
now I kind of want to start playing it.
He's one of the best characters ever.
Yeah, he's good.
He
was in He was in Walking Dead.
Oh, the actor, yeah.
The actor.
He's got a really unique face. Like
it's him in that game.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like him.
He did the, he kind of looks like the dude from Jackass in a way. Johnny Knoxville. He's kind of got some bone structure, but he did like a soap commercial or something. He had his like hairy chest all suddenly
Really?
up. He's like, yeah. Yeah, if you go online, then maybe they're like parody commercials, but you can find them online.
They were doing a panel for GTA, like back when it was coming out, like, pushing the story mode, like these are the people like who brought the story to life. These are the 3 characters. And one fan got to ask a question, and he asked the guy who played Trevor. He was like, "Hey, I was just wondering if you could like, say in your microphone, like, go fuck myself or something." And then he's like, "Diego," and then like you just think he's gonna say it, but then he gets up, walks to the guy,
and tells him
he's got a camera. He's got like his camera out, and he's like, "Go fuck yourself." Everybody's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I've seen a million of those videos on YouTube of him where he's, doing fan stuff, and he is a crowd pleaser. He will, you don't walk away from that experience thinking, oh, wow, I wish I would have been cooler.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I don't know why he's so, I guess he's relatable just because, like, he's got a lot
horrible character.
Well, but he's also got, like, he's got the soft spot for, like, a lot of stuff, but also he's, like, maybe there are people that like have the same thoughts as him, not like the crazy thoughts, but just like, kind of the same outlook on certain things. Yeah. And also he's like blue collar.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he's so, cause he's like he's like the only character that doesn't like live in a mansion. Cause Franklin,
he starts in the hood.
Yeah. But then like somebody buys him a mansion for doing all like the heist work and stuff. I don't know why we got off on the tangent of GTA, but that was good.
That's okay. That's good stuff. No comic news, right?
Not really, not at this point. Do you have any?
No, I'm going to try and start reading the Dark Knight's Metal.
Right, because we talked about that last time, didn't we? The Batman Doomsday thing.
But other than that, not really.
Okay.
Nothing. Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty World War II's coming out.
Oh, yeah, when's that coming out?
November, I think.
Sweet.
It looks really good. I haven't played Call of Duty since maybe Infinite Warfare or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just got really like Halo-y and like repetitive, and I was just like, I don't want to play this.
Yeah.
It's all future, and like I don't want to play with jetpacks. Like I loved, up until like maybe I think after Modern Warfare 3, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I like Black Ops.
Black Ops was really good.
I have that one.
That was a good one because it wasn't so future-y and all that stuff. And
it was good.
But I think Black Ops 2 was the last one that I got because it got to the point where I'm like, there's 2 games a year coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that anymore.
Mm-hmm. So they're kind of returning to their roots with
this
one, right?
Looks
this one I'll probably pick up.
Looks really good. I liked the whole World War II. I liked it was Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1. I think that was like a spin-off or something of like the original Call of Duty 2. But I played that a lot when I was younger because it was just so... Well, one, it was like rated T, I think, because there's like no blood. Not really a lot of blood. But yeah, it looks really good. And I don't know, it looks like a movie. It looks so real. So I'm excited. I think it'll be good.
Cool. That's cool.
It's got Josh Duhamel.
Which is coming up with the review here.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go into some reviews.
Transformers The Last Night.
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
Is it the worst of all of them?
It might be. It feels like the John Turturro, like he was probably the best part of the originals, like for me, because like I think he's really funny, and he's a good actor too. But his entire part was him on the phone with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, he was. I didn't even know he was in this.
He was in it for like 5 minutes.
Really?
And I was like, oh well, I thought he was gonna have more to do, but okay. Anthony Hopkins, I think he might have just been doing a favor.
I think he's done a few of those lately.
Same with Mark Wahlberg.
It's called blackmail.
Again, I don't know why they have to focus on the humans because I don't care. I want to see robots fight each other.
Right.
Anthony Hopkins dies later in the movie.
No.
But it's so much of like a...
I have to die?
It's just like... It's like, oh, he got blown up. But he was just like standing somewhere. He's like confused on where to go. He was like, and this Transformer's like, human! And I was... And then he blew him up and then like he had a Transformer servant guy. And I was like, that's cool. But also like, I don't give a shit at all. Like I felt nothing when Anthony Hopkins died. No, like... I love Anthony Hopkins, but like when his character died, I was like, okay, like what are we doing? The whole Optimus Prime turning evil thing.
Did he turn evil?
Yeah, because like he was brainwashed by his creator into thinking that because Earth is like Omnitron or some crap, and
oh yeah, Earth is a transformer itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was like, I will not stop until I destroy Omnitron and get Cybertron back, and I'll kill anybody that gets in my way. And then he goes away for like 45 minutes, and I completely forgot that he was in that damn movie because it was just like it was like, oh yeah, there's this entire thing of Optimus Prime going bad, but I've been watching Mark Wahlberg run around for half an hour. So then there's like the So it's revealed that Transformers were part of the Knights of the Round Table, and they helped with like King Arthur and Merlin and all that stuff. And Merlin had this staff that could like, and it was like all just really convoluted. And I was like, what is happening? I don't. Just show me robots fight each other. I don't need this history.
Takes away from the original Transformers with Witwicky's grandfather.
Yeah, and they showed a picture of Shia LaBeouf because like it was part of the Witwiccan. Anthony Hopkins was part of the Witwiccan tribe or something something like that of like, oh, we had to keep order and blah blah blah. And
that's exactly how he delivered the line.
Yeah, and they had, oh my god, I can't remember his name. He's a comedian. He's really funny, and I feel like this was just a way to get his name. Gerard Carmichael. He has his own show or had his own show on NBC, got canceled. Anyways, he was in it. It was pretty funny. There was this girl who was supposed to be like, I don't know, like a good female role.
Was she blonde?
No.
Oh, really? They broke formula. Okay.
Yeah, she was. His daughter was like gone from the story.
Really?
So was her boyfriend. He was just like on his own with the Autobots.
They're boring. I want T.J. Miller to come back.
No, I don't like T.J. Miller.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
But then comes this girl who's like an orphan. She like also has all these Autobots, and she's like, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight them. And then he was like, okay, I got to go to this though. And then we don't see her for 45 minutes. And it's like, it seems like they just fell asleep and they're like, oh, we got to continue the story. And, so do you care if I spoil it for you? I mean,
I think you've already spoiled a lot.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So they find this staff which can control like a dragon transformer, which is actually pretty cool because it's like 3 different transformers and then they morph into this like dragon. I'm like, that's sweet. And then Optimus Prime, they fight on like this crater of Earth or something, or like it's a part of Cybertron that's like reached down to the Earth or some crap. And then they're fighting, and then like they go into the core to get the staff, which is important for some whatever reason. And then
they turn Earth off.
Well, and then they're like we're the knights and we're gonna help you or whatever. They don't say it. It's cooler than how I just said it. But then Optimus Prime comes in and starts like killing all the Transformer Knights of the Round Table, whatever the hell. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's in this movie, sure. And then it's like, then he starts fighting, and then he grabs the staff and he tucks it in this like weird ass pocket that I didn't know he had. And then he
like Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. It's like he has a suit jacket on. He's like, boop.
He's got a flannel shirt on.
And Mark Wahlberg's like, hey, we're friends. What are you doing? And then they're like running after him, and Bumblebee's there, and Josh Duhamel's there for some whatever reason. Like his part's not important.
Is Tyrese in it?
No.
Oh, he's not.
He's got better sense.
That's not saying much.
And then, oh my god. And then like he's like, Bumblebee, you gotta stop Optimus. And Bumblebee's like, because like he doesn't have his voice.
And all these movies didn't fix his voice.
No, but then like they're fighting, and Optimus is about to stab Bumblebee, which is the biggest part of the trailer. Like and then Bumblebee just goes, "It's me, Bumblebee. I'm your friend." Like in his voice, his actual voice. And I'm like, I bet there are people out there that love this but hate the Martha scene from Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah.
And this was so bad. Like it was just like, I'm your friend. I'm Bumblebee. and Optimus is like, whoa, your voice. And Mark Wahlberg's like, whoa. And it's just like, wait, just because he heard him talk, it's like snapped him out of it.
The Mark Wahlberg.
And then he was like, my creator turned me against you. Then let's go fight her. And then he like shoots off with these rocket boots I didn't know he had either. And then like during the final battle, like he's on the dragon. I'm like, that doesn't seem very like, if you can fly, why do you need to be on? That's probably hurting the dragon's back. But it was just so, I'm Bumblebee. I'm your friend. It's like, whoa! I can't believe I almost killed you. And then they like, I don't really like movies that like they defeat the boss and then like 5 minutes later it's like everything's cool, like everything like the credits come. Yeah. I feel like there needs to be like a little bit of an epilogue, that doesn't happen in this one. They immediately they stop whatever, they kill the boss or turn her like human or who cares. And then Optimus is like apologizing to Mark Wahlberg. He's like, I'm sorry for doing this and whatever. And Mark Wahlberg's like, hey, it's okay. And then I think they like set up for another one, but also I don't care. It was like, it wasn't the most
like a kid's playing with toys. That's what this movie sounds like.
It's like, seriously,
and now you're this.
Seriously, if you made a movie with just the robots, like if you cut out all the parts with like only humans, it could have been a good movie. Like I would have been like, okay, this is fun to watch. I mean, that's my argument for like movies like Transformers is turn off your brain and just watch robots fight each other. But when the core element of the movie is not in the movie, then that's when that goes out the window.
Was Stanley teaching this too?
He played Merlin. He was in it for like 2 minutes.
Oh, he didn't even play the character
he
was in the last movie?
Yeah, no.
Why did he... What?
Dude, I don't know. That's what I said. I think a lot of these
actors are getting paid. They're just there
they're
for the
paychecks. That's it. You know?
There's no freaking way.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's
the script was brilliant.
Mark Wahlberg's like, I need to pay for this pizza. No offense to Mark Wahlberg, but it's just like, it seems like it...
We're opening a few more Wahlburgers. I need some franchise money.
It's the only things that don't get destroyed in the movies is the Wahlburgers.
But it's like, my God. And I'm pretty sure, like, they just threw in Megatron out in there. They were like, oh yeah, Megatron, he's a bad guy. Oh my God. And then, but like, nobody cared.
So clearly it's a writing
and I
thing.
don't think I doubt Hugo Weaving was back in it. I don't think he's been in it since like the third one.
Yeah.
Because he was the original, or not the original, but like in the movies he was Megatron.
Was the directing good? Aside from the story itself, was like Michael Bay, he brings explosions everywhere.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Aesthetics are like second to me. Like, I mean, if a movie looks good, sure, but like I need to be able to care about what's going on.
Well, that's crazy because they gathered like a lot of great writers supposedly together, and they wrote 10 years worth of movies. So either the studio,
I'm pretty sure they got like the brand new Camaro for Bumblebee.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
And they were just like,
that's what they did in the original.
Yeah, and then they were just like, oh yeah, nobody cares.
Gosh, that's terrible.
Chevy was just like, oh God.
Oh man, yeah, that's not.
But
good.
Yeah, I don't.
It bombed. So
oh yeah, I don't even want to rate it just because I don't want to be too mean. I feel like I've already been mean enough. If you have time to watch anything else, watch anything else.
The movie, anything else?
Yeah. Say anything.
You got anything, Steve, you want to review?
Not really.
Not yet, right? Not Star yet. Trek.
Do you want to review Transformers: The Last Night based off my retelling of this?
I do. I will never watch it. Good. No matter what.
Very good.
Did you see the last one?
I've seen the first one.
That's it?
That's it.
I like
that was
first
enough for
me,
though.
I like the first one, yeah. That's a good way to go out. It's like, see, the future will be out there. They'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
the first one was really good.
I was entertained by it, and I didn't mind it at all. And saw it at my dad's. My dad liked it and stuff. And then we saw the second one, and my dad is the most forgiving guy when it comes to movies. It could be a kind of a not great movie, and he's always going to give it the benefit of the doubt and, just be a nice guy about it. And when he says it's kind of dumb, I'm probably not going to watch it.
That's the thing. I watched it with my dad, this new one, and he was like, it wasn't terrible. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You hate movies. Like, you hate any bad movie. Like, you know him.
It's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Goodfellas, that was stupid.
But he was just like, it was...
Well, this one was like 3 hours long, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like...
That's time you won't get back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yikes. All right. Well, don't go rent it. Maybe a Black Friday special, $2 or something. I don't know.
It's in the trash.
Trash.
Oh, cool.
Have it on while you're in the garage doing a carbon monoxide experiment on yourself.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Optimus, I'm Bumblebee. I'm your friend.
Oh, that's funny.
He just gets out and puts his mouth on it. Oh, God. Oh, well, talk about a better movie.
Good movies.
A better movie. You want to kick it off?
What?
Kingsman 2.
Oh, yeah. So we saw Kingsman 2.
Yeah.
Not together, but
no,
we both saw it.
You wouldn't let me go with you.
Well, you didn't ask. Also, I went with friends, like on a Friday afternoon.
You twist that knife in a little bit harder.
So I saw what people wanted to see it with.
Well, it was a Friday afternoon. You probably weren't home.
Maybe I was.
Were you?
I was off at 2:30.
I don't care. That's gross.
I know you don't care. What? No. What?
I really liked it. I thought it was, just about as good as the first one. I mean, I don't know. It paid a lot of homage to the Bond movies, which it does a good job of doing that. And right from the start, it it gets you into the action. It doesn't have to say, "Oh yeah, here's a retelling. Like this is Eggsy. This is such and such." It's like, all right, let's just go.
For those who don't know, and Steve, you haven't seen the first one. It's kind of a it's a Bond movie kicked up a notch. They really embraced the tech. It's kind of like Roger Moore tech, how ridiculous it can be, but they make it all cool.
Yeah.
It's really a neat world, and it's very a lot of eye candy. The first one's very good. Like I recommend seeing that. It was a great cast. Mark Strong was in it, and he was a good guy, which I always like seeing when people play villains, play a good guy for a change. You got Colin Firth, who's excellent. Yeah, it's really good, and you need to check that one out. The second one, I did like the second one, but I think it suffered a lot from what sequels suffer from is they hype everything up like it seemed bloated to me. I liked The Statesman, I really did, but I feel like they
didn't do much.
Yeah,
they focused a lot on whiskey, which is their call names are so the Kingsmen have call names of Lancelot, Galahad, Arthur, all the famous kings. Statesmen have alcohol, so one's tequila, Champ, or Champagne, aka Champ, whiskey,
slow gin.
What is Halle Berry's?
I don't know what her tech one was. I don't want to give way too much if we can help it, because
not so much of a spoiler if it's just her name.
Oh well, no, I just know in the end who she became, but I don't know who she was during the film. Okay. I can't remember.
Okay,
but I think that's what happens. Kingsman set up the world. Yeah. Okay, in this movie, the world's pretty much taken out, and they have to start fresh. So they learn about the Statesman, which is the American version of Kingsman, and they're like cowboys, kind of like Dallas. It felt like
Deep South.
Okay,
Kentucky. They had a skyscraper location, which I thought was going to be the main location, but the main one is actually on this where they make their whiskey, which is how they funded their whole operation from the beginning. The Kingsmen funded their operation off of tailoring, I believe. So they had a suit shop, and that was their front.
Yeah.
And so, whiskey is the Statesman, and they really built that world. And I think that's what the sequel suffers from. They do so much to tell about this new society rather than just take it in this is the American version of us. And you get some of the,
but then again, it's not really the Statesman movie.
It's not, but they're heavily into it. They have a lot to do with it.
But that's what I was saying. They don't really, because Channing Tatum immediately. This is kind of a spoiler, but he doesn't die, but he's just out of the movie, and it's just oh, okay. And then Champ is kind of just the Michael Caine. He's not really in the action, and it's just
and they got Jeff Bridges to play him.
Yeah,
but,
they got all these big names, and they're just sitting there.
I learned a lot of his quirks just from them talking at the Comic-Con about champagne or champ or whatever. He doesn't drink, smoke, or anything, but what he does is he likes the smell of those things. So you never see him. He'll pour a drink and he'll just take his finger and dab it, like cologne, kind of.
What was that one shot? He spit it out.
Yeah, he just.
And then he has a cigar and he's just
he just sniffs it and he puts it back in his case. That's what he does. He just likes. He doesn't take part. Yeah, I thought it was a cool quirk.
He's a guy into feet, probably too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thankfully, they didn't go there. Spoiler.
Good. Let's draw the line. I'm glad.
No, but I thought it was kind of a unique quirk out of this. All these guys who heavily drink and take part in all this other stuff. Yeah, it was interesting. Bringing Colin Firth back was interesting as well. Yeah, I just left the sequel there was a lot of great scenes, and it was pretty ballsy what they did. Julianne Moore was pretty good villain.
I feel like she was a good villain because she's very I like her because they turned her from America's Sweetheart gone wrong. She's very into the 50s. She has this entire setup that's based on a 50s street. So it's got a movie theater, an ice cream shop, a hot dog place, a pizza place, all the stupid stuff. But she's like still just very chaotic and insane. So she's got this like smile and this laugh, but she's saying stuff like, "Oh, we're gonna kill all these people," and she's like, "It's good. This is really creepy. I don't like it."
Yeah,
she's been creepy since Carrie. She was really good in Carrie.
Yeah,
the Stephen King.
Oh yeah, the remake when they did. Yeah,
she played the mom.
Okay.
That was blue.
I don't want to give away, but there's a certain cameo in this movie I felt they overly did.
Wolverine.
Huh?
Wolverine.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, Hugh Jackman singing with claws. Just didn't need it. No, I'm talking about so-and-so who keeps appearing throughout
Elton
the
John.
movie. Okay, fine. I don't want to give it away. Anyway, I just felt it was too much of that. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Way too much. And especially breaking the fourth wall, I didn't like that either. Like, I get
When
it
did he
was
do
funny
that?
when he does the jump kick.
Oh, that wasn't like he didn't say anything to it. He just kind of looked.
I know.
But I don't know. I mean, I heard that like he had to turn it down the first one.
Oh, really?
Like he was, yeah, because there was supposed to be like a lot of celebrities in the because like
who had like the chip or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Matthew Vaughn thought it'd be like kind of. They both thought it'd kind of be like too distracting from like the actual story. Just, so I didn't hate it. I was just like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was that sex scene that they do in this one. That went
weird, far.
That was weird to watch. But also, I didn't think it was like controversial. I was just like, if it's telling the story, I mean, who cares? And then then I didn't know that in the first one, they said the sex scene was controversial. But tell me if you think this is controversial. They zoom down and show a butt, and that's it.
And that's controversial?
Yeah, exactly.
Has anybody watched Game of Thrones?
Oh my god, people are like, "Oh, this is terrible." Like he's a misogynist. It's like it showed a butt. A butt. You look at I mean, that's not a sex scene to me. I'm not saying like I want a sex scene, but I'm like I don't get
why that caused so much controversy.
I didn't even know it did until like 2 days ago.
They're acting like he wasn't going to help her unless she did that.
Yeah.
He was going to help her. It was her idea.
Yeah.
And hey, it was like an extra perk, like, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what the fuck? There's nothing wrong with that. People do that. I'm sorry. Do we need to talk about this?
I don't know. I don't want to get like
outrage culture.
Yeah, I don't want to get like I'm yelling at people, but it's just like
it wasn't enough to like, oh, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
Because it was, I thought it was funny.
I mean,
whatever.
They showed Ben Affleck's ass in Batman v Superman. I wasn't like, oh, this is a sex scene. I was like, no, he's just taking a shower. But obviously, there's supposed to be some
sex. It's controversial now, though, because it won't be his butt anymore.
Ooh, I mean, Ben Affleck's out as Batman.
Be Michael Keaton's old ass.
You guys pursed lips.
Slapping it. Hey there, Chuck.
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
You want to see butts? Let's see butts.
Sir, no pants. I know. Yeah, I like the film. I really hope there's more. I hope it does well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could learn from this one. Maybe I think they could have cut a lot out of it. There's some scenes where it felt like it slowed down the movie. I like the guy who played Whiskey, which he's on that Narcos show.
He's Viper from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was great. I thought he did a great job.
He got his in Game of Thrones, the mountain squeezes his eyes out and gouges him, and then crushes his head.
His whole face, yeah.
Like his entire head just gone.
That's outrageous. I'm not complaining.
It was controversial.
It was controversial.
And he saw his butt.
He saw his butt.
It's not like what you have to do on a show. You guys see your butt in the first episode. Yeah. So, yeah. No, I recommend checking it out. I think it's a great popcorn movie. And if I thought the first one was just perfect. This one is a little step down, I think, but I still liked it. I still liked what they did with some.
I thought it was just about as good, if not like a little less.
Yeah.
But
I guess I'm kind of on that.
I don't know. I really like stupid action like that. Like the part where he's hanging on the door and then the car's coming from another way and he steps up and like launches.
That was cool.
I'm like, oh yeah, he'd be dead for sure, but that was awesome.
Yeah. No, I liked
also with the sex scenes, James Bond does that in every movie. They just don't show it.
Yeah.
All they're doing is they show a butt and people are like, oh, why would you do that?
But yeah, I think James Bond can learn a lot from this type of movie and like new Mission Impossible movies. Like they need to put more fun back into. It's so damn serious.
Did you catch the Roger Moore Easter egg?
No.
When they're in the ski lift going down, and he pushes that, he puts them against the wall and pulls out the parachute. And
Oh,
it's
I
the
did
American
catch that.
flag.
Yeah. Now you said it. Yeah. That was cool. American flag parachute.
Oh, sweet.
There's a lot of Bond homages. It's
Yeah.
really neat how they did all that, and it's a great scene when that scene ends. I don't want to give it away.
Oh yeah.
The whole
yeah.
audience laughed, but
You should check him out, Steve. I think
All
you'd
right.
like him.
yeah, I do too. Don't even worry about that. It's not controversial.
No, it's not.
Stupid.
If you look away for 2
Afraid of
seconds,
butts.
I'm just
Ew.
that's where poop comes from.
Yeah, you'll be seeing it twice. So
Yep, go and see it again today. I'm excited.
great. And I think you can go out and buy Old Forester. It's like a whiskey they made out of from this film or for this film.
Oh,
It's got the brand on it. So
yeah.
I'd like to try
I think
some
they
of
had some of it at Comic-Con, and they poured it for Halle Berry like a huge, and she like chugged it all.
Did she pour it all in there, or did they?
I
When they were
think they
passing
did.
it down.
I think they did or something
yeah,
like that. She chugged it. And
probably
she's like,
messed up
"Ooh."
after that.
Good for her.
So yeah, I recommend checking it out. Watch Star Trek Discovery, and our recap show's coming. So very excited about that. Really quick, just want to remember 2 people, and then we are done. Frank Vincent passed away. This is a little old, but we haven't recorded for a while. He was in Goodfellas, I think Casino, Sopranos. He was in a lot of Martin Scorsese films. He also played Salvatore Leone in the GTA games,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
and he was an actor, musician, and comedian. So he was big. Well, you know, it was
Been around a long
huge
time.
actor, but
Yep.
yeah, he had one of those faces, and he really did when he was on screen, it was captivating. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he'll definitely be missed.
And you hated him on Sopranos. I mean, he did a good job acting. He was just really good.
Yeah, he can play some assholes, so he's really good at that.
Plays with assholes. What are you
Yeah, he
talking
played
about?
with assholes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how he died.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Rest in poop.
And this is old too, but Len Wein, is that how you say his name? He co-created Swamp Thing and the Wolverine. He was a comic book writer and editor, and he helped revive the X-Men team for Marvel. So yeah, that's a huge loss. I'm a big Swamp Thing fan, so
I'm a
appreciate
big
that.
fan of his.
Yeah.
I was just, when I'd heard all that, I'm like, about, I don't know, 6 months ago, I went on a tear on Comixology just looking for things he wrote. Just because he is such a good writer. I mean, his early 70s Batman work, I mean, it was just, he was also one of those guys that helped launch Batman into the modern era, and out of the campy phase and, the whole sci-fi 50s thing. And he was just phenomenally talented. Such a great collaborator. One of the best writers in all of comics history, in my opinion.
That's great. Yeah. Well, yeah, they'll both be missed. They brought a lot to the entertainment field.
Yeah, they really did.
Got to enjoy that. Like to invite everyone to check us out on all social media. Podbean, YouTube, iTunes, fieldofgeeks.com. Also check out Steve's comic blog, stevescomicblog.com. I don't know if you want to plug anything about that. Or...
They're gonna probably do a write-up on Star Trek
Yes.
after it comes, so Game of Thrones is over now, so that was one of
Did
my
we talk
last-
about the final episode?
Yeah, I think we did.
Last time we talked, it was the one before the final.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready for the next season.
They
It ended well, right?
yeah, it ended the way I didn't want it to end because
Oh, really?
everybody's rooting for incest now. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, is it really that much of a stretch anymore? Some of these people?
I was
You
like, why
know-
is it okay? Why was it okay for, or why was it not okay for Cersei and Jamie? But now it's like aunt and nephew. Oh, cool.
Well, that's because they're good guys. Now, for me, obviously at this point in the game, spoiler alert, they don't know
True.
about their relation at all. Secondly, they will find out, as we all know.
Blah.
Then I want to. How do they react to that?
Yeah.
Is how I'm interested in seeing it. You know what I mean? Because
That's hot.
if they continue
John's just
down
like,
that
I know.
road, if they continue down that road, that'll be my first Jon Snow moment in the entire series where I'm like, no, because this is a guy who's done nothing but be awesome since day one. You know, so I would venture to guess that, they will realize, who they are to each other, and that action will stop. So if that's the case, I'm totally fine with that, because again, they don't know. To them, it's probably not even in the realm of reality, but we all know it. So it makes it weirder for us.
Right.
But, yeah.
That ending, the ending though, with the White Walkers and that was wild.
Yeah.
They had the dragon that they reanimated. And, do we know if, what's his name died?
Benjen Stark?
Yeah.
He's
no.
Oh, no.
The guy, they were on the wall and then the dragon came in.
Thorman?
Yeah.
The red-haired guy.
The one who's in love with Brienne. Yeah. So we don't see him escape. We just see him.
We don't see him escape, but we also don't see him die.
True.
So I'm going to assume that he and that other guy are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hope at least. I mean, come on, you can't.
Yeah.
He did get his hair cut though recently. Sometimes a kiss of death for Game of Thrones characters. They start looking like normal humans again.
Well, he's also got a year.
That's true.
Until they start filming again.
That's true.
Hey, they have extensions, right? I don't know. Yeah. Well, Emily Clark, you probably know
Emilia
this.
Clarke, she went blonde for real.
Mm.
So
they have great wigs on that show because I thought that was maybe hers, but I mean, it's so perfectly coiffed. It's like,
right.
Who knows?
And so it'll be her natural color now. Well, not natural, but it'll be her color now when she goes into the last season. But they'll still use the extensions and wigs and stuff. But
that's cool.
I am insanely depressed that we've only got 6 episodes left or whatever it is, and we have to wait until 2019 to get.
It's only gonna be 6 more episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There'll be longer episodes, but at the same time,
so they're like movies.
There's a lot to wrap up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least that's still a lot of content. You think overall the show is very rewatchable?
Oh, yes. Yeah? And then some.
So you can always go back and be satisfied.
Especially when you know, what everybody's game is.
Right.
I mean, with Baelish, that was one of the sweetest things of justice I've ever seen.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, he alone is a good reason to rewatch the show. Mm-hmm. That character, just because, you get to kind of, you have that hindsight's 20/20 thing as you go back into it. And fortunately, there's so much in the show that I've seen the first 2 seasons twice because I saw it myself. Then Jennifer went and saw it, and I watched it with her.
Sure.
And I picked up so much more on that second viewing.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen season 3 forward twice at all. With the exception of maybe an episode here and there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. And Arya.
I loved how relentless she was. Didn't let him speak. Just
and the best,
walked away.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is, and I think just some of the brilliance of the directing is, she is standing there, hands behind her back. Boom, does the deed. Doesn't even wipe it off. Puts it back. Stands in the same location with the same posture, same stance, and same look on her face the entire time. I mean, this is nothing to do for her, but just, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Brilliant.
That's cool.
And her and Sansa on the wall, or on the, the Winterfell, not the wall.
Yeah.
But, on the ledge at Winterfell, they're talking at the end. That was pretty sweet. Still calls her annoying. I think she's the only person that could call Arya that without getting killed.
Yeah. They showed that cool, behind the scenes, choreography for the fight between Brienne and Arya.
Yeah.
And she's trying to stab her with a knife. Then Brienne grabs her wrist and then she just flips it and catches it in the other hand. I'm like, that's so cool.
And I saw a YouTube thing where they did it with lightsabers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, someone just went in and redid the whole thing with lightsabers, and
that works because
it was sweet.
That works because Brienne is in, she's Captain Phasma.
Yeah.
In Force Awakens.
Right.
But yeah, that would, I can't wait. I mean, that's
it's going to be good.
Probably the best show of all time, in my opinion.
Well, maybe I'll catch up.
You think we were going to lose everybody else? Because, I mean, that's what George R. R. Martin says. He wants it to be just a plain of graveyards, or plain of, graves just in the snow. It wouldn't
surprise me if we lose everybody.
Yeah.
And I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me with this show.
They love to rip our heart out with it with every season, so they might as well.
And someone said that he said the ending would be bittersweet, so my guess is one or two people will stay alive that you like, and probably some that you don't, and
I'm guessing
we'll see.
I'm guessing it's probably Cersei because we've been wanting to see her gone, and I'm guessing just as a big middle finger to us, they're going to be like, well, she survived somehow.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, if she has a death scene, it's going to be on par with how happy people were with Joffrey when he got killed, So.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
That'll be soon. Is there like it's going to be a year?
2019, yeah.
Okay. Well,
early 2019, I think.
Well, gives you time to rewatch the whole show. And
Yeah.
It does, too, and I'm going to.
Yeah, right. I'm sure. Yeah. Well,
my daughter's getting into it now, so I'm very
cool.
happy about that. She's on season 2 now. And
nice.
Yeah, and for people who aren't really into that kind of a show, once they get past like the first 3 episode hump, that's when they start really, because that's when Jennifer saw the first 2 episodes a couple times. I don't know. And then she got past the 3rd one, and that was her. That's when it clicked for her to oh shit, well, what's going to happen next? It was great.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. Well, I think that's all we got.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm Josh.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Joey.
Take care.
Bye. He actually doesn't have the outfit until the next episode. Like it's very year one-esque. Like he at the end of the first episode, he is like watching these guys rob a place, but he's putting his hands on the glass ceiling, and it starts to break. He's like, oh no, and he falls through. I'm like, cool, because like that's or not year one, Earth one.
Oh,
is that the one where he's like kind of a dumbass?
Well, Alfred trains him. Well, he's training him now too, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a lot of it's Earth One-esque, which I like. It's like bulletproof and all that stuff, like the new one that Lucius Fox makes, because Lucius Fox is in there too.
Oh, right.
And I get like people are saying he looks like a gimp, but also if you look, at Red Robin, he looks the exact same.
Red Robin.
Yeah, that's Tim Drake. It's like his Nightwing.
Doesn't he have like a helmet, red helmet, or is that someone
It's
else?
like Batman's cowl.
That's the Red Hood, Jason.
Oh, he just
it's
cut the ears off.
It's like Batman's cowl with no ears.
You don't earn the ears.
But it looks exactly how it looks on Gotham. But nobody's saying anything about that.
I like when he put the hood over it. That looks better. I was just like, dude, what the fuck is this?
You gotta start somewhere.
I had a Pulp Fiction flashback. Was he in Pulp Fiction? Well, it would definitely distract criminals.
It would.
What the fuck?
There was a cool little like
Come on, I'm wearing a ball gag.
Perfect. Jesus, I'll drop everything. What?
Naked from the waist down, because no one's gonna want to fight you at all.
just goes.
And he points at him.
Attached to your forehead.
Charges dick first.
Yeah, he shoots 2 grappling hooks, and then like goes for it.
Oh my god!
Get ready to suck some justice.
It's a kick-ass superhero right there. Oh my god!
Anyways, there's a
Steve, start drawing up some ideas.
Steve.
We're gonna make a comic.
Brooke Steve.
That's the tagline.
Yeah.
That's the best phrase I've heard in 15, 20 years, probably. Oh, Christ.
So what's he do? Does he take him down? And
I'm
just
coming for you. Anyways.
The Adventures of Master Spew and Load Throw.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
He doesn't even, his first name's not even Batman. He's just like, I'm Deep Throat. maybe go with something else there, kid.
Oh, gag reflex.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
That'll never be on TV.
There's a good foreshadowing when Jim's like, so pretty much the people of Gotham have this license from Penguin to do like certain crimes. And GCPD can't do anything about it.
It's like The Grudge, kind of. Or, not The Grudge.
Yeah, people come out of TVs and it's all...
No, what's that? That movie, those movies you like. The Purge.
Purge, oh yeah.
That's what I meant.
But it's like, it's all the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, one guy's robbing a bank and he's like, it's okay, I got a license. And Jim's like, I don't give a shit. But
shoots him in the head.
he almost does. But then he's in the GCPD and he's like just like looking out over the officers and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Bruce is like right behind him. He's like, detective. And then he's like, oh, I didn't see you there. And then at the end, he was like, maybe we could. He's like, you should come by the mansion. We could have dinner. And he was like, yeah, I would get a bite tonight. He turns around, he's gone. I was like, nice.
That's the title of the show.
Suck some justice.
Oh man.
Okay, download.
I don't know why it reminds me of that. Did you ever see the Star Wars Family Guys
Yes.
that they did?
Yeah.
There was one part. I don't know if it's like in the original Return of the Jedi, but this guy goes, "I feel like I could take on the rebellion myself." And then, like in the Family Guy one, he just goes, this guy goes, "Hey, everybody, Dax got this one," and then he flies out like to like the entire rebellion or the entire Empire.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, Empire, get ready to suck some Dak!" And just like a small laser just pew, like kills him.
I like when they rushed into the boardroom or whatever. He's like, "Oh, me first." I beat you. Oh God, it's funny.
And then in the first one, Princess Leia, it's Lois, and she's like, "Wow, I can't believe we're in a garbage chute." And she's like getting all pissed, and he's like, "Oh wow." He's like, and Peter as Han Solo, he's like, "Oh wow, sorry, Princess. Maybe you could show me around your home of Alderaan." Oh, too soon.
Oh man, that's good. I gotta watch that again.
Back when Family Guy was watchable.
Yeah, Simpsons aren't too good anymore either.
Simpsons are good. I mean, Simpsons are.
I've heard they've done a lot of retread. Like they've recycled old episodes.
Yeah, I feel like you might have to do that after a while.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I mean, it's anything. If it's like South Park, like they can kind of just mold their stories around.
Because they can do it each week, right? Like it doesn't take.
Do it in a week.
They do.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary about how they?
I need to.
Sometimes they do it like a couple. Sometimes they like have to fix something a couple hours before it goes on.
Because it's all on computer.
Yeah.
Like, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
cool.
That's kept them ahead of the times, probably pretty much, or right on.
Yeah.
You know, because they can. Wow. That's insane.
It's kind of job security.
Yeah, I like those guys. They're smart.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. Yeah. Very
They brought us the Oscar-nominated basketball.
Oscar nominated?
No,
Okay.
it was
I was
nominated.
like, did
for
I
anything.
miss something that year?
I don't even think it was.
Best choreography.
I don't think it was nominated for a Razzie because they were like, "Ooh."
They got nominated for South Park, the movie with the song "Blame Canada."
Is that a Grammy or an Emmy or Oscar?
It was an Oscar contender. It didn't win,
Oh.
but Robin Williams performed the song. I remember that.
And then is that the one where they showed up in dresses? Yeah, I remember they showed up in drag somewhere.
I
That
can't remember
was-
to what, but they did. I remember that. Yeah.
I think that was early on, at the first peak of their popularity. Let's see. Can I get your voice, Steve?
You can have my voice, Josh,
After you suck some justice.
after you suck some justice.
How about you, Joe?
What?
There you go.
I don't.
That
what?
works.
Okay.